everybody. Welcome back to Storm King's Thunder. Last week, um, we had quite a bit happen. Um, First off, you guys finished clearing out the goblin caves to which the residents of Nightstone had fled and taken shelter, only to be then captured by goblins. You cleared out the remaining creatures, at least the ones that you could find, that were in those caves before returning to Nightstone. You all arrived back in Nightstone as heroes, the survivors extraordinarily thankful for not only rescuing their town from what could have been several hostile takeovers, but also from, of course, freeing them from the clutches of those goblins who, in short order, intended to make meals of just about all of them. As you settled into town, a message was received from your Lord's Alliance contact in Waterdeep. Katha Mossblossom, your contact, had contacted you for an update on what had happened and to give you an update of her own. You relayed the information, noting that Nightstone had been attacked by giants in some sort of a floating castle that arrived, wreaked havoc, stole this town's namesake, a stone carved with ancient runes, before these giants reboarded their castle and took off without even paying a second mind to any of the havoc that they had caused. Relayed all this information to Katha, and she then told you all about some strange occurrences up north, that the giants were almost certainly up to something now, and that whatever they were doing seems to be focused up there. She ordered you all to head north towards a region known as the Northern Desserin Valley, and to look into this there, to try and see if you could uncover what exactly was happening up there. Hearing of your intended course of the Northern Desserin Valley, Lady Daphne Featherstone, the new de facto leader of the town, asked you all to take the Nandar family heirlooms to her uncle in Tribor, as the Lady Nandar had been killed in the Cloud Giant attack. You all then set to the road once more, and along the way, encountering a pair of brutish creatures, a hill giant and an ogre, who were in the middle of some sort of heated argument, seemingly lost, trying to get somewhere else. They noticed your horses and decided that they were quite hungry. A melee ensued, and you guys were able to lay these creatures low. By going through their belongings, you were able to uncover some information. Although crudely drawn, there was a invitation on the larger of the two creatures, instructing or requesting, hard to tell based on what was written in this crude language, a gathering of sorts, a place, again, difficult to discern the name of the place, but something like Grog, something along those lines. With that information, you guys all continued northward, and the natural path of the high road led you all to the towering spires of the City of Splendors, of Waterdeep. A couple of you are very familiar with Waterdeep, having roots in this area. Many are not familiar with the place, and one of you even having never actually seen or been into any major city, especially one as massive as Waterdeep, when at the height of its occupancy can sometimes contain upwards of 1.5 million people in this city. That is where we're going to go ahead and pick up now, with all of you approaching the city. It's just coming into view over the rise, the sun's setting behind it, as you all approach Waterdeep.
Brevin, for his part, has a rather large grin upon his face because, hey, back in his hometown, back in civilization.
And Frederick has the exact opposite expression.
Dandy is pretty sure all the people in the world live here.
Drake is snoozing.
So
now, Drake, if you're already sneezing because you smell something, You're gonna have to toughen up depending upon which ward we go into.
No, he's snoozing, like he's napping.
Oh,
Napping in. That's all. You just like tied the rope of his horse onto the carriage and just like I pulled it along, and just relaxing in the wagon.
So you guys can
Almost.
see lots of people entering and exiting the city as you all make your way farther up the high road in towards the city. You can see that there is a pair of different entrances that you can make your way into. Lots of people heading into both. We'll go ahead and drop you guys right here so you can get a better look at the city. So, as you guys get a little bit closer, you can see that this deep water harbor that you all are looking out over dominates the urban sprawl of this coastal metropolis. Its spires gleam in the sun, and the city extends from the ragged coast to the searing peaks to the north. Hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions, comprise the myriad cultures and ancestries that live and toil here, filling the streets at almost all hours of the day. You guys can see merchants and just travelers constantly making their way into and out of the two southern gates that you guys can see.
So like, as we're going in, I just say like 6 years. Never thought I'll see this place again. And like Flitch is like curled up across my shoulders, like a cat. So what do we see
Oh.
like going in?
Well, do you guys
So I'm
want to start
assuming-
heading in, or are you, what would you all
Okay.
like to do?
Well, seeing as how it's nighttime,
It's
I think it
sunset.
might be
There's
good-
still some natural light.
it might be a good idea to spend our time finding somewhere to stay for the night, and maybe gathering rations and whatever else we need for our next little adventure that we're going to be going on. Since it seems we're all going to the same place.
well, and I myself would prefer to let our contact here in the Lord's Alliance know some of the new information we have regarding where these giants are meeting at.
Might I propose this then? We find somewhere to stay for tonight, and then tomorrow we take care of our business and then head out.
Oh, sounds fair to me.
I'll look towards everyone else. Is everyone good to go?
He's like,
Dandy's still just gawking.
Got it.
I'm just
Alright,
looking
then.
like, all right, that's the case, then follow me. I know a spot. And I just walk to the closest inn in the area.
Okay. Which entrance are you guys using? The trade ward
What do you mean?
entrance? Or
Oh,
the
okay.
dock ward entrance?
Trade ward. We need to go to the if we need to pick up resources, we go to the trade ward. As we go, we'll go to the inn.
Wait, are you taking my hillbilly barbarian through a marketplace?
Good idea.
Oh no,
Reverend,
they're just gonna try to sell you everything under the sun here.
Reverend, and a horse. Watch, Dandy.
I'm not a child. I don't have to be watched. Ooh, shiny.
All right. So as you guys make your way into the city, there are lots of people around still. Even though the sun is setting, you guys can already see oil lamps getting lit throughout the city. And are you guys heading towards the trade ward?
Yes.
Yep.
In the meantime, I like floor up my coat, so I like cover half my face. Like try to look not noticeable.
So as you guys make your way in, your senses are assaulted by all the different smells, all of the different colorful stalls, people shouting, people selling their wares. You have callers yelling out to you. As soon as one of them sees you, he just calls out to you, "You lot there! You could use some weapons! Look at all of you and your adventurous selves! Look at your shoddy gear! Do you not need new weapons? New armor?"
I look back at everybody. It's like, okay, so rule one. This is common. Ignore half of them.
Oh, you will be rather remiss to ignore me, sir. The
Uh,
best weapons in the city at the lowest prices.
I'll turn towards him and be like,
Uh,
the lowest prices you say. So what you're saying is you'll pay
They're
less
cheap.
than my hometown? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that depends where your hometown is. If you live in some place like Golden Fields, where everything is just handed out, then perhaps not. But if you are from Baldur's Gates or from Neverwinter, I guarantee our prices cannot be beat in any of the civilized places of the land.
Did you just call my home country not civilized? You're rather rude.
You see him kind of take a deep breath. He's like,
He's
from
positively polite.
the Golden Fields, then. Well, excuse me, sir. I'm quite sorry. Your homeland is a beautiful place. The best food, the breadbasket of the Sword Coast.
Is this an
Well,
appropriate time for Dandy to make a mistake?
You're in water deep. It's everything's gonna be a mistake with Andy.
Just do what Dandy's gonna do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so while the Barker and Drake are speaking, or Frederick, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell who that was, are speaking, Dandy's going to pick up her axe and drop it through the stall table.
What?
What?
She's going to swing up her axe and drop it through the stall table.
Can we
The
stop that?
merchant screams, "Ah!
Can we
by
stop
the
her?
Gods! I am so very sorry to have offended you all. Please, here, And you see him just panicking, and at this point, a couple of City Watch have noticed this and approach from the side, and they start walking very firmly up towards Dandy. And then they notice Brevin standing with you all. And they stop, and they look towards him, and they say, "Are these not with you?" Brevin, you recognize a pair of these guys as people you have worked with in the past before. Not worked with well, but they definitely know your reputation as a general honest person.
They are, and my apologies for Dandy over here. She, as you can tell, has never been within a city before.
Why are you apologizing for me? He said my gear was not any good quality, but it's clearly better quality than his table.
He's still like holding his hands up, and he's yes, of course. Your axe is magnificent, madam. The greatest I've seen. My works, my wares are shoddy and mishappen in comparison to the wonder
Jake?
that you wield.
Drake would walk over to Danny and be like, I appreciate the support, but you must realize that this man is also still a seller and has a life that he's trying to, make money for, and
Hold
he needs
on.
to eat food.
Is this Drake?
I just pipe up. Yeah, that's Drake.
The murderer?
I just pipe up between you two. It's like, keep in mind, Drake. There's a lot of scam artists here.
Yeah.
That may be true, but at the same
It
time,
is true. It is true.
Hold up. At the same time, look over to the merchant and I'll, look him in the eye and be like, I'm sure this man is an honest man, just trying to make an honest living, and he just wants to sell us some great gear at a reduced price, and that's all he's looking to do because he knows that he wants to be able to feed himself and his family if he has one.
Dandy
Isn't
has
that
no
right,
idea why she's getting a lecture from this guy.
I'm getting like, I think Drake might be a little bit xenophobic. He's only good to certain races.
You guys don't even know much about Drake yet, so
I'm piecing the puzzle together as we go.
you guys literally saw me killing goblins mercilessly, monsters mercilessly.
Goblins
You
that
didn't even-
were actively eating people.
Exactly.
Goblins that had actively
Actively eating
surrendered.
people.
That is
And for some
that is
reason, I am being labeled as
You-
evil,
You
despite my
killed
how I.
them. You were killing people for food, and you killed them for 24 gold pieces and a salt and pepper shaker. You are crap.
I'll
Describe
turn
and
to-
act like
I'll-
he's
Danny was
not
just
able to
showing
done
a
Is
feat
that
of strength.
really walk by?
I'll just turn up to you and turn to you and be like, you know what? Here's the golden salt. I don't need it. I did it for
So
the reason
now
why I
you're
did
giving
it
eye
was
this guy.
to help
Nothing.
people.
So, Sean, good question. Would I know like specific shopkeepers to go to here?
You should take that to the Goblins, Widows, and Orphans Fund.
Widows and orphans.
Brevin,
So
I
I
just sent you a
feel-
couple things.
Okay.
So I felt a bit I feel a bit bad for the merchant because of what Danny just did. So I'll turn to him and be like, "Sir, would you show me some of your wares? I might be interested in buying something."
He says,
Just-
yes, of course. And he looks around on the ground and pulls up this breastplate. He says, finest steel in the north, I guarantee it.
I'll flick my hands, like a little fire will erupt in my hand, and be like, "I'm not much for plate armor. Maybe perhaps you have something more useful to a magical type."
He begins looking through his wares, trying to find more stuff. Comes back with like this long, elaborate looking wand. It's got what looks like runes and stuff carved into it. He's about to start telling you all about it.
All right, I'll inspect it if that's okay. As he's telling me about it.
He goes on and says that he calls it a wand of power. It is one of the greatest relics that the world has ever known. Increases power, and he goes on in that manner, telling you that it's going to magnify your power by just magnitudes of order, and how it's been wielded by ancient and powerful wizards throughout the centuries.
An interesting tale. Very interesting.
You can have it for 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces for such a wondrous relic.
Do you mind
Well,
if I do a
tell you what. You give it to me. You give it to me for 8 gold pieces, and you let me know if there's any other interesting places around town that I could go and visit. Maybe a colleague or a friend of yours who has some more magical items that we could approach them for, then I'll buy it right now for 8 gold pieces.
This is
How's that sound?
this is a rough bargain you run. And okay, what was that? Was somebody saying something?
I was asking earlier. Oh, never mind.
I'm just outside chatting with the guards.
Yeah, this is a walk-up stall, so you guys would all still be within eyeshot of each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything's outside with the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Andy wants to know if they want to arm wrestle.
So, Sean, quick question. Would I have knowledge of like specific places to go to here?
Not
like
down here in the trade ward, maybe for upscale stuff up in the sea ward and things like that. The nature of the trade ward and the southern ward, the merchants trade out so frequently that 6 years is like a lifetime. So
Okay,
maybe
so like,
some of the more permanent fixtures you would know a little bit
Yeah,
about.
that's what I'm asking for. Like, I'm asking, like, do I know any specific stores or areas in the city that I know that won't be kind of scammy?
Yeah, you would know of a couple.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Brevin is going to walk up to Drake and beside Drake and say, considering it is late, you may want to forgo this and check back tomorrow when you're better rested up.
The man says, No, Rictavio the Magnificent, myself will be gone by tomorrow. You must purchase today. 8 gold,
Yep.
7 gold for the wand.
Can I pull like a insight check on him to see if he's not like pulling our leg?
Brevin, were you saying something?
That was me.
I think Brevin was about to say something.
Oh, never mind.
That is odd considering my friends over there, and he motions towards the guards. Say
His
you
eyes
tend
get
to go.
wide as he notices the watch standing behind you.
I used to be one of those. So the question is, do you really feel like trying to defraud someone at the moment?
His eyes get wide, and he looks to Brevin and then towards the watch, who are just doing their job. They're watching him very carefully, and he says, No, of course not. I meant to tell him as soon as the agreement was made that I only meant to demonstrate the dangers of the trade ward to unwary travelers, of people. And he goes on like that, trying to say that he knew all along and he never meant to scam anybody.
Uh-huh.
So just like that, I put my hand over was Drake, and I just sound like I said, we keep moving.
I'll just whisper in his ear. I'm like, I'm not a fool. I know a gold piece is way much too much for just a piece of wood. I'm trying to make up for Dandy's little show earlier, and trying to help this man out. That is all.
Trust
Oh,
me.
sir, I
Trust me.
didn't juggle goblin skulls.
I was
Dandy,
saying,
you hear
trust me,
nothing.
He'll do the same. He'll
Just
do
a
much the
whispering.
same to you at any time here, and I just like try to nudge Drake forward to to the closest in.
The other reason why is because I'm also trying to build contacts in the area, and I like to have a good word spread around about me, so that when I'm around, people see me as a good person. And I'll turn towards the merchant and be like, so do you have a deal? Will you take my gold pieces for this lovely wand that you've shown me, and give me some information and spread good word about me? Are you willing to do this for me? For 8 gold pieces? The deal is still on the table.
He's kind of nodding along, like the apprehension, like the comprehension is kind of coming to him. So, yes, what is your name?
My name is Drake Caldum.
Drake, the benevolent, Drake, the and he goes on like that for a while, just like, and the guards kind of look at you. And one of them tries to get your attention and kind of like, is this okay? Like, this is making sure that you're not being had.
Uh-huh.
I waved them off. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, and then they just return to their conversation with Brevin, kind of just asking about where he's been and everything. But the
Okay.
shopkeeper does go on, just saying that he will spread the word about you. And then the guards tell you that they were planning on kicking him out of town tonight, but if he's serving a purpose for you guys, they'll keep an eye on him for one more day and then send him packing.
Brevin says that sounds like a pretty solid plan. He's not entirely sure how successful this gambit of Drake's will be, but
Yeah, he has
If
one
he's-
night to spread the word.
if Drake's spending 8 gold on it, he needs to get something out of it.
All right, I'll hand him the gold and I'll take the lovely wand.
Yeah,
And as I'm taking the gold, I'll be like, hopefully you can get your table fixed as well with that money.
he nods and like looks at the gold in his hand, and he's gonna do his best.
All right,
He seems to
at
have
that I'll
completely forgotten about the table already. All the stuff that the amount that you've just given him basically covers everything that he was selling.
yeah, I figured. All right, take care now. Make sure you spread the word around.
He nods, and he begins gushing once again, saying all of these wonderful things about Drake, and he's basically shouting it at this point, like how he tried to get your guys' attention. He has changed his tune and is now shouting Drake's praises.
Sounds good to me. I'll move along then with the group.
Wouldn't it be funny if he got his name wrong?
Like he misheard Caldum. Like he heard it as something else. like Caldum.
I only told him Drake. I didn't tell him Caldum. So.
Oh, you said Caldum.
no,
told
I
him-
said just
Yeah.
Drake.
You said your last name, bro.
Did I really? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it just came out. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I would love it if he just like
Wow.
heard Drake properly and misheard your last name. So you just got your Drake and your last name wrong.
Oh well.
That would be great.
I'm pretty sure he was. I'm pretty sure he was paying attention when I was giving him 8 gold pieces. So.
Oh, he very much was.
Yeah.
He very much was. So, Brevin, the guards, before you guys end up parting, would have told you to keep an eye on your friend, and they would have been pointing at Dandy.
Andy's just giving him the big ol' innocent smile and big eyes.
while she holds her giant axe.
All right, and then
He's-
Brevin before.
he's
Go
just-
ahead.
He's just, as we're mentioning this about Dandy, he looks back at her and then just admits, we might have been better off just going into the dock ward since she does tend to enjoy a fight here and there.
All right. So
I'm just looking
as-
for a challenge.
I try like pass by Dandy, like I nudge the axe down, like Dandy, just heads up, keep it down. I recommend keeping large sharp objects down here. People will be on edge.
Of my axe.
Indeed. As like I tried to like with my finger.
She's not gonna hurt anybody. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
the caller trips over his broken table as he tries to get deeper into
Yeah. it's like yeah. I'll take your word for it.
So Brevin,
So if
as you
I'm-
guys were parting, the guards would have just briefly kind of leaned in and said, "Don't forget to check in at the castle ward. Want to know you're here."
He gives a brief nod at that. And about how long do we have until nightfall?
Until full on nightfall, only about an hour.
Let me eyeball the map again right fast and try to work out how long it would take us to get up there.
One part of Waterdeep to the other, like all the way from one end to the other, would probably only take an hour,
Yeah.
especially this time of day when the streets are starting to empty out a bit.
He's going to look at the group and say, and just kind of say, I am wanting to check in before we get set up anywhere too much. I don't know if anyone has any recommendations on a place they'd prefer to stay at, or if...
Brevin, you and Frederick would both know of a place that would be perfect for a group of adventurers. It is called the Gilded Dragon, and it is between...
Yeah.
It is on the street between the Castle Ward and the North Ward, right around
So
That'll work.
as I was like try to usher the party together, and it's like, all right, Brevin, we'll meet up at let's say the Gilded Dragon. How about that? How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, take care. Don't do anything too much. The city has a way with people. But I guess you know that more than me, right?
Could say that. I might have seen a few things when I was working here.
All right, then I like, Daddy, you're over here. You're like trying to usher you right in front of us, like between the party.
Andy, obviously, we're all weak and just want your strong right arm near us at all times, just in case trouble erupts.
Exactly.
She's not very tall, but she visibly gets taller at that.
She, like, perks up on her tippy toes. So
It's okay, you're all safe with me.
Brevin, you would know that you just need to check in within like 24 hours of arriving. It's not like
Yeah.
urgent, but you can
Yeah.
do whenever you want to.
Okay. He probably would want them all to get set up somewhere first, just to make sure they have a place to stay for the night. Hi, River.
So what do you guys want to do?
yeah,
Let's
we're heading to
go,
the Dragon.
to the hotel,
Gilded
motel,
Dragon.
inn.
Yeah.
Gilded Dragon.
So I'm like trying to keep Dandy like be around this yeah, basically.
I mean, there's so much thing in front of her that she's never seen before. So she's gonna be asking like, "What's that? What's that?" And then like, confused by most of it.
I'll be like Dandy's, what's that? That's a store, Dandy. What's that? That's a chair, Dandy. What's that? That's a
That's
dog.
what chair is. But I imagine there's like lots of fabric merchants and spices and like an actual market, right?
Mhm.
And as you guys make your way out of the trade ward and north, on one side of the street you would all see this massive stone fortress that seems to basically encompass about 6 to 8 city blocks of this place. Just this massive fortified structure deep inside of Waterdeep. I have an image for you guys.
Is that where we're staying? Ooh.
That is.
That is
Wait.
the castle ward.
Yeah.
Um,
there we go.
So yeah, that is where the power is in Waterdeep. The nobility, the higher ups, you would find Katha, Moss Blossom in the castle ward. You would find Laurel Silverhand, the what's known as the Open Lord of Waterdeep. Just a quick rundown. Frederick and Brevin would be very familiar with this. The rest of you would have vague familiarity with this. But essentially, Waterdeep's run by a council of people that are known as the Masked Lords. Their identities are hidden, and it is a great honor to be one of these Masked Lords. The exact number of them changes from time to time, but there's usually anywhere between about 4 to 6 of them. Then there's the Open Lord, the de facto, quote-unquote, ruler of Waterdeep. They don't get to act without the consent of the Masked Lords, but they are seen as the face of Waterdeep. And that person now is a one Laurel Silverhand, a mage of some incredible renown, now given up the life of adventure to settle down and essentially accept stewardship of Waterdeep. So none of you, even Frederick, with your connections, wouldn't be able to get an audience with somebody as high up as the Open Lord easily. So just a little bit of background there.
Hello.
So, if there are people walking around like that couple in the lower left-hand corner of that picture, Dandy is staring at that collar like it's a living thing.
The man kind of sees you staring and like tugs on the woman that he was walking with quickly, and they start walking very, very quickly in the opposite direction.
I just let out a sigh, and Brevin, you're with us, right? Or are you going to
Yeah.
right now? I ask you, do you think we should get them involved with this whole giant situation?
I believe so, because quite frankly, if with the sort of chaos that the giants are spreading all throughout the north there's a chance we're going to need the resources, and we may need more manpower than we currently have.
Just a point of order, guys. Waterdeep is part of the Lord's Alliance.
Yes.
Perfect.
So you guys
Yes.
are already kind of
We're already-
working with them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, see, I'm not part of the Lord's Alliance, so I would not know that.
Right,
Or-
right. The original 4 were directly hired by the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah.
All right, so I just let out a sigh, like a disappointed sigh, like we might need to make some trips then.
You seem uneasy being here, Frederick. What's going on?
Let's just say I have 6 years of good 6 years of my life, and 20 more not so good of my life. So
Ah.
I'm just gonna have to. If we really need that many resources, I might have to try to meet some people. And just for future reference, who's on Dandy sitting duty for the upcoming nights? Probably will be here.
The
I do
whole
not
party.
volunteer for this one.
Drake, thank you for volunteering.
I
Dandy,
said I
you
do
look
not. I do not.
So
Drake,
You
I really
realize
here.
you'd have to tell Dandy that she's on babysitting duty, right?
right, she's babysitting Drake, not the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I
what?
mean, at
Either
this
way
point,
works.
I just disappear.
Invisibility.
Like, awesome, Drake, wonderful. You're with Dandy.
Re.
All right, so
I'm Brevin is thinking though that as far as babysitting Dandy goes, that wouldn't be too tough. It's just once we're done with the business part, just kind of show her stuff she hasn't seen before and tell her, don't break things and we'll buy you some stuff. Find stuff we can afford that looks cool.
I like stuff.
Wait, does Danny is affiliated with or like understands like buying and selling products?
No, and that was.
Oh.
I'm glad you guys like had her edged in.
Yeah, okay, cool. 'Cause I just imagine like you're in a store and Danny just takes everything she likes and just leaves.
Alright, good.
She has a bag of 200 gold checker pieces.
It's like bubble gum to her. She just chews on it. The jaw of a shark, man. She can break anything with his teeth.
Alright,
I'm,
so go ahead.
I do think, though, that my character would like to get everyone kind of situated at where they're going to stay overnight first.
We're saying at the end,
Yeah.
the Emerald Dragon, you called it? Or was
The
it?
Gilded
Yes.
Dragon. And speaking
Gilded
of
Dragon.
the Gilded Dragon, you guys
Sticking
begin
up.
to see, and well, you would hear it first. You would hear music floating down the street. You'd hear what sounds like riotous laughter coming from the building out in front of you guys. And not long thereafter, you all would find yourselves here. As you guys are standing there, the doors swing open and a pair of patrons come drunkenly out, swing past you all, barely even seeming to notice you all as they make their way past you.
Wonderful.
I already like this place.
I'll just don't be starting a bar fight. At least not today, anyways. I'm kind of tired.
So
I believe I informed you of my motto earlier. Don't start something, won't be nothing.
Yes, well, hopefully they don't start something.
I walk up to the front desk, or whatever you want to call it, the bar, and I say, like, good evening. I'm looking here for rooms for my compatriots and I.
She kind of looks you guys all up and down. She, with no bit of disdain in her voice, says, "You lot aren't going to be any trouble, are you?"
I look back at Dandy and Drake. Hopefully,
Why me?
Hopefully not.
I don't plan on being any trouble.
Murder a few
No,
goblins, you're
no
marked for
trouble
life.
at all.
No, it's not the fact he murdered goblins. He murdered goblins that already accepted of defeat. They weren't going to fight.
All right, let's go ahead and move
Don't
on.
go
from
ahead.
that. So, a night here would cost about 8 silver each.
It's
Okay.
so rich.
I have hold on. I have my dwarf card. You can just charge that to my my expense account.
I just like hold my hand up
Do you
and
have the
it's
folk
like,
hero?
can I
Captain Style.
Captain Style, yo?
Ardavian Noble, awesome.
A suite of rooms for my friends and I.
Why are we yelling? Come here.
I was like, oh, well, Horace, I didn't think you were that kind of dwarf.
I'm a company man.
Look, I say.
And I just put my hand back down and whatever I was gonna do, and I was like, all right, let's do this.
So
No
does this
sleep-
extend to your party members? Because it doesn't.
Well, it's two gold pieces a night. I get a suite, and who stays in there is my business.
All right. Okay. So she kind of looks at that, and then she looks a little bit apprehensive, and she picks it up and inspects the writ very closely. Says, "I think I have a room for you upstairs. It's certainly not going to fit 6 of you, though."
I am okay with I will purchase a room to rent out too for some of the rest of us if need be.
So there are two two-bedrooms upstairs that she'll let Horace take.
So
Okay.
That leaves two of you that need to get your own rooms.
Slumber, be Brandon.
I kind of want Drake to bunk with Dandy. And, like, I don't know why. I just feel like this is like the funniest combo
Drake.
dynamic.
Drake will pipe up and be like, I don't need a bed. I really need to meditate.
Well, I'm
She
still
kind
going
of
to
looks at
purchase
you, Drake, and
some
she's like, an
anyhow.
elf, are ya? We got your lot in here plenty. You can hang out here in the lounge as long as you like. You can meditate. We have a couple rooms upstairs that are excellent for meditation if you wanted to take one of those. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to stay here in the lobby, in the bar, as long as you order something.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll gladly order your finest alcoholic beverage, and I'll take a seat in the
Finest, you
lounge.
say.
Your finest. And take anything less.
Okay. She kind of nods and she goes back towards the back over here, and she pulls out this bottle and she kind of blows it off a bit and she says, Duergar Fire Brandy. Haven't had a reason to pull this out in a while, but if you want our finest, doesn't get much rarer than this.
Jake will talk a little bit and be like, sounds perfect for me.
Sean, on a side note, can I like charge my family for expenses here?
You have been gone for quite some time, my dude. You could certainly try.
Well, it's like the thing is like, I still have my family crest and pedigree with me.
Okay.
So like, would that be an option here?
You can certainly try.
Be warned, if you do that though, then they're gonna know you're here.
Hey man, all you're gonna do is that just talk to her one-on-one, show her the goods, and it hopefully works out. And either way,
So,
I'm gonna have to go.
She takes your crest and says, "Is this some kind of joke? The Van Enrichs updated their crest 3 years ago."
Excuse me.
I
I look at her like dead on, like, excuse me. Like,
What the hell's a Van Eckrick?
Can I roll a check to see if I recognize that name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a history check.
I'm like, did she just say my name out loud? Did she just literally just say my name out loud? Okay, cool, wonderful.
Brevin, you would recognize the Van Enrich name as a name that is attached to one of the wealthiest families in Waterdeep, and also has some ties to the criminal underground, maybe even giving the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild a run for their money.
I am
You're
Just
the only one that would
option-
know the criminal part of that. Aside
yeah.
from,
I
of
was
course,
kind
Frederick.
of I was kind of arch an eyebrow and say, well, I might understand what you mean by having several years that you did not have such a good time.
And I just look at the barkeep as like, Brother and I, one room.
Oh,
We're bunking tonight. We need to talk this through. Why is Dandy outside?
Oh, Danny and Sarah both have not
Because you
entered the
just
bar
took
yet.
my room.
Oh, never mind.
Silrin's gone.
Silrin's
wait.
gone. Where'd Silrin go?
Yeah. Silrin went to the yawning portal.
Oh.
I can see that.
So at some point, Silrin broke off from the group and is now heading towards the yawning portal.
Oh my god. Yeah, Dandy's just gonna sleep in the barn. The animals disturb her less than the two new party members.
Danny, there are no barns here.
Oh god! Where did you bring her?
Where did our horses go?
We're in an inn, Dandy.
That
I'm
would
sorry.
be
Right, so you
That is-
put
that
the
is a
horses
point-
somewhere.
That is a point of order. Near the entrance of town, you guys would have found a stable yard where you could have kept all of your horses and wagons at a trusted place, and we'll say that would have cost you 2 silver a night to do.
Oh, I could do that.
Paying
Let's do that.
8
Then
silver
again,
here?
with Horace
Yeah.
and with
Rob.
Horace and with Horace and Brevon's connections, you guys might have been able. Yeah, we can say that you guys would have been able to get that set up for you for free. Especially since you're actively working with the Lord's Alliance, I think that's a thing you guys could have done.
So I'm just like rubbing my dome and I look at her. Okay, so you kind of just spilled the beans.
He showed me the crest, an out-of-date crest.
Apparently so. I was not aware. Okay. Look at the rest of the party. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna be busy.
Brevon,
So
when was
we're
the last
staying
time that you were in town?
tomorrow.
In my case, I probably checked in before we started. I probably checked in. Before. I know that Asa said that she figured that Horace and Soren and Brevin had met Dandy while up in the north. I figure before that.
So we talking weeks, months, longer?
We've been together for 6 months, right?
Yeah, I say it's probably been
Okay.
about a half year, maybe.
Okay, cool. So a half a year ago, the last time that you were in Waterdeep, you would have heard that the Van Enric family was climbing up through the ranks of the underworld pretty quickly, concerningly so for the Watch. Frederick, how much? This is going to be important later. How much contact have you had with your family since you left 6 years ago? Because it seems like the way that it was written, it didn't seem like there was a whole lot at all.
Borderline. Cold turkey.
Okay, got it.
100%. In Frederick's eyes, this was freedom.
Awesome. Okay, guys.
Yeah,
So,
let's go. I love you, baby.
Silrin,
It's so fabulous.
Yes.
at the Yawning Portal, when you arrive there, you do find it. Well, has Silrin ever been to the Yawning Portal?
Yes.
Okay. So, as Silrin enters into this room, there is. We'll go ahead and do a perspective shift over to Silrin. So, Silrin, you enter into this room, into this enormous tavern, high ceilings, high domed, and it's a raucous place. Very obviously, adventurers spend a lot of time here. There's not a single person that seems unarmed in the entire house, and in the very center of the room is an enormous well. Inside of that well, anyone that is familiar with Waterdeep would know is an enormous underground dungeon complex inside of the mountain. It is considered quite the feat to even enter and even come back out alive.
Mm-hmm.
So Silver,
Gold piece
what
come
do
up,
you intend to do with the
gold
Yawning
piece to
Portal?
go down. Soren is going to go up to Durnan and say his greetings, and then use his background.
Excellent place to do so.
Hmm. He'll ask Durnan if there's a spot open for tonight's performance.
He will say that for you, there is of course always a slot open.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll take his slot, and he will perform for his nightly accommodations.
You can go ahead and roll a performance check.
He'll say, "Good people of the Yawning Portal, the siren has returned."
The crowd goes wild. Oh, nice.
And we're missing this? What?
Right. Silrin, you can go ahead and roll a d12. You earn 10 gold pieces tonight.
Nice.
Mostly in coppers and silvers dropped on stage and whatnot, but
Right.
and Durnan, the proprietor, does give you a bit of a bonus as well of an additional 2 gold pieces as you filled the house. When the word got around that you were performing, loads of people showed up off the street.
Nice. And as the after he gets done with the performance, he'll stay up for just a couple of hours more, seeing if any of his contacts have arrived.
I just like how over here, like Fred's just having a massive headache trying to deal with this, and Silver's having the time of his life right now.
So, Silverin, I'll go ahead and send you a DM with at the Yawning Portal. You would definitely be able to meet up with some of your contacts there. So I'll go ahead and send you a DM with what information we have for you.
Okay.
Okay. So, the rest of you at the Gilded Dragon. I was wondering who was going to bring up the Yawning Portal. If I didn't do it, I knew somebody was going to. All right. I didn't want to send you guys straight there because I'm like, the temptation of that portal is just too hard, and I'm not about to pivot this whole campaign into the Undermountain.
Screw it, do it.
So, alright, so, at the Gilded Dragon, what are the rest of you guys up to?
Well, I guess I have some explaining to do with Brendan.
I'm just enjoying this lovely alcohol that was just given to me, and what was the price for it, by
It
the
did
way?
cost you 8 silver, as much as an entire night's stay.
I will give her 1 gold coin with a tip.
She thanks kindly.
Dandy
And
is
I'll-
marveling over metal forks.
And I'll go sit with these fine gentlemen over here and have a chat with them as I relax.
I do figure, given the time, my character probably would get something to eat. Is Dandy wanting to snag anything either?
Yeah, she'll go with Brent.
And might be a good time to see what exactly is going on with Frederick, if that's okay.
Yeah, we'll talk it through over hopefully enough bottles of ale. By the way, do anyone react to Flitch being around, or just want to...
No, it's pretty standard for wizardly types to have companions and such around with them.
Flitch is like Flitch's head is darting left and right, just looking at everything, just like Dandy.
I guess sit down at one of the tables, I'm assuming.
I'll just follow you.
Yeah. That'll work, I guess.
And oh wait, never mind. Go.
So am I.
Ask away.
So, evidently it's been a few years since you've been in contact with your family.
Yeah, it's been a while. About 6 or so, I want to say.
So, how much knowledge do you have about some of what they do?
Well, enough knowledge. My father is quite the brutal man. Yes.
Kind of explains some of what some contacts of mine had told me the last time I was here in the city.
Yes.
They had mentioned that your family seems to be climbing the ranks of the underworld at a astonishing rate.
Yes, that sounds correct. With him, it really came down to his way or the highway, if you catch my drift. I would honestly recommend not displeasing him.
Brevin lifts one shoulder in a half shrug and says, well, you realize, in a way, I've already been killed before. It's not like they can kill me twice very easily.
Yeah, about that. So I'd like try to crouch on like closer, like, so are you really a vampire?
Well,
Vampire of sorts.
not a full-fledged one. I was, I was an investigator for the City Watch at one time.
Okay.
Investigating down in the docks where some contraband was supposed to be coming through. And myself and the individuals with me were attacked by, well, a vampire.
And I imagine
They
you're
didn't.
the only survivor.
Yes, but did have to spend a while. Kind of in the slums and back alleys because couldn't control everything at that point.
Understandable.
So tried to aim it at the people who deserve to have a rather rough nocturnal visit.
All I'm gonna tell you is with Tobias, he will find a way. He is not the man you want to cross. There's a reason why he's been large for so long. His forefathers before him were just as bad. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had his fingers involved with the government as well.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
at this point, like
there is
it's like a really deep chug of like a gulp of ale right now.
You know as well as I do that things of this nature is why so many of the Lords of Waterdeep are masked. That way, individuals like this can't just sit there and try to manipulate or kill their way into getting power as easily.
Yes. So then he kind of explains why I'm so tense to being here, and might actually have to be involved with them again. Another really big swig.
Well, I'm not anticipating us staying here too awfully long. Mainly long enough to notify our superiors and see if they have any further information before we press on. Maybe restock, resupply a little bit, but that's the main thing.
Hopefully. And Sean, by this time, how late is it getting?
It's probably about 8 or 9 at night now.
Okay.
Been a little while.
All right. So all I have to say is, well, Brandon, hopefully we don't stay here too long, but I think we might have to talk a bit with them if we need to get our resources together and get this whole giant issue solved. It's like, as I say that, it's like a chill like goes across my spine, and it's like a visible chill.
Well, if we do, there's nothing we can do to help it at this point. And we don't know if it's going to reach that point or not, Frederick.
Hopefully. I do know somebody within the family that's tolerable, or not tolerable, that I left with a good note, hopefully.
Oh.
All right, guys.
So. Oh, did
Horace,
he ask who, or?
What was that?
I'm sorry for hanging. Did you say who?
I just said, oh.
Oh,
kind
never
of
mind.
inquiring like who.
Oh, so, well, unlike my father, my mother, why is my page not opening? I'm trying to remember the names. It's been a while. What the heck's happened to my page?
Okay, so let's go ahead and shift away for a moment. Horace, you happen to have found the only other dwarf in this bar. As soon as you approach and get anywhere near him, he just turns with this huge wide grin on his face. Says, "Oh, don't see many of my kin around here. It is wonderful to see you." And he extends out and he says, "I'm Fodon of Citadel Felbar. Wonderful to meet you."
Hello, Daddy.
It is well met, Fodon. I have
met
come
indeed.
from
Can I buy you an
far
ale?
east. Yes, an ale would be wonderful.
So he waves over to the bartender, says, Melly! Melly, 2 ales! And she nods and produces them for the two of you. So he says, what are you doing so far south? I'm looking into Citadel Felbor's trade interests here in Waterdeep. What are you doing down here?
I have heard of giants, and I had wanted to go looking for them.
Noble quest. Murderous beasts the giants are. Had our fair share of fire giants up north. I keep hearing about them, but...
Oh, tell me of your fire giants.
Yes, the mountains near the citadels. Citadel Felbar, Citadel Adbar. Many sightings of fire giants in the mountains. None of them have seemed to be aggressive yet, but just seeing so many of them in such a short amount of time has gotten everybody on edge. So yeah, so he just continues just speaking to you about home and sharing just like the basic gossip of the courts and everything.
I'm sure Moradin will provide a way to defeat giants. If anyone can do it, we dwarves can.
Indeed, Moradin's hammer, and he raises his glass up to you.
We drink.
Right.
Are there where are the temples in Waterdeep?
Ah, yes.
Is Moradin represented?
Oh, all of the major deities are represented here in Waterdeep, friend. You'll find it up in the Sea Ward, and he gives you some directions on where in the Sea Ward, the northwestern ward of the city. Lots of pretty much every deity has a temple there. Even the evil gods. There's essentially a temple of some sort to every major deity in Sea Ward.
Well, people need to be represented.
So, Drake, the three men that are around you have, as soon as you sat down, they welcomed you with open arms. They said, sit down. They are very inebriated already. And they introduced themselves as Nestor, Filton, and Fent. Fent and Filton are brothers of a noble house here in Waterdeep.
Right.
They're going on about their trade interests in the dock districts, how the merfolk keep coming up and distracting them and then stealing from their boats.
Let's see. Drake will listen in and try to join the conversation in a respectable manner. Let's see. They're talking about merfolk.
Mm-hmm. Can you make an insight check?
Sure. Insight.
Right.
Oof.
So they're going on about how they're down at the docks and these merfolk keep coming up and singing to them, and they swear up and down that these merfolk are trying to seduce them and draw them into the waters. And then they claim that whenever this happens, they're always down inventory on their boats when they go and look again.
I sense something. I sense something afoot. Most likely, I sense like that these merfolk might be just a distraction of what's actually going on. That's just Drake's intuition. However, he's not here to expose them or try to make a big deal of it right now. So I'll just listen to their beautiful stories and their tales, and I'll just be like, interesting, and knowing that in my head they're probably covering what's actually happening, and that being that they're probably stealing their own stock.
All right. Okay.
Other than that, yeah, just listening and seeing what's going on in Waterdeep.
Right. Awesome.
Maybe telling a tale of my own if they ask about it.
They most certainly would, especially seeing how you came in a very clear group of adventurers, armed and armored and whatnot. They would definitely be quite interested.
Then I'd be more than happy to tell them some of the tales that my father and that I myself have gone through, some of the beasts I've slain and places I've been.
When you go on like that, they begin absolute fisherman's tales about all the deeds that they've done.
Sounds good. Okay. Bring it into a fishing contest and who's done what.
One of them, the drunkest of them, the man down here, Fent, claims to have slain a dragon himself.
Oh, that's quite the. I'll look at him like a curious look and be like, "That's quite the feat. How did you manage that?"
He goes on about how he snuck up on it in his lair and then struck the first blow, but then the beast awoke and they fought for 6 days and 6 nights before he finally landed the killing blow. He said that the beast was the size of a mountain and breathed fire.
I'll laugh at his tale and pretend like I believe him, knowing full well that he's probably just drunk and just trying to look cool. And just like push it aside, not wanting to make an issue. So I'll just laugh it off and enjoy his interesting tale. And since I was so willing to believe his tale, just for the fun of it, I'll tell my own tale of how I once conquered and defeated a kraken in the sea, just for the fun of it.
Sean, you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Tell him about how one time I was with my father out at sea, and a kraken tried to take over the ship, but together with my father, we defeated the kraken and saved the whole ship.
When you mention a kraken, all 3 of them immediately sober. They kind of like the color drains out of their face. We want no trouble with the kraken. We want no trouble. We don't want any trouble with the kraken. And then they all kind of gather their stuff and very quickly.
I say, hold on, friends, don't worry. We defeated the kraken that we came upon. It's not there. No need to fear it.
They start to calm a little bit. Can you please roll a persuasion check? I'll say you can do so at advantage since these people think highly of you already.
Alright. 23.
So they sit back down and you see them like a couple of them have their hands flat on the table and they're just like taking deep breaths, wide arms. Oh. So you're not with the kraken?
Hell no. I'll like pull up my sleeve a little bit and let them see some of the scales that are on my arm. I most definitely am not.
Oh, by the gods, you gave us a scare. Those kraken folks have been no good around here. Tell you what, and remember these guys work by the docks a lot.
Yeah.
And they go on to tell you that as soon as they say a few weeks ago, you would know that lines up with when this whole thing started. Like all the activity with the giants, all that began. They say that a few weeks ago that these strange people, sometimes accompanied by something that they don't quite think is a people, have been wandering around the dock wards at night. And anytime anyone brings up giants or seems like they're trying to look into the giants or things like that, like around the dock wards, people would be running into frost giants out in the open ocean. Anybody that seems like they're digging too far into anything related to that gets a visit by something that they call the Kraken. And a few things have happened. Sometimes people just wind up dead. Sometimes people wind up missing. Other times people begin to get this strange sickness where they begin just randomly coughing up water. Barnacles bursting out of their skin. Just this strange disease has afflicted some of the people that have come into contact with who these people are referring to as the people of the Kraken.
I'm greatly interested in the story because it seems like there might be something more evil afoot. And, you know, since they're in a nice drunken state at the moment, even if they sober up a little bit, I'll encourage them to keep talking and kind of get as much information about it as possible because I might be interested in investigating this in the future.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a charisma investigation check.
A charisma investigation check, you
Yeah,
said?
so you just roll a straight charisma roll, and if you are proficient in investigation, you can add your proficiency points to it.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's a charisma
Oh,
save,
yeah,
but
check. Is the modifier the same? I don't think.
I don't know. I don't think it is. No, it's 4
Okay.
instead of 6.
All right, so we'll take your. We'll go ahead and take the 14. That's fine. So with a 14, Drake, you do manage to discern that these people are always wearing these glowing, dark blue, almost black robes whenever anyone has spotted them. They take great efforts to not be seen in public, but the one that concerns them the most, and the ones that are making them think of this whole thing as a sort of boogeyman, is the hunchbacked figure that they're describing to you. This hunched over figure, even hunched, it stands about 6 feet tall, and it wears these dark, billowing cloaks, again, a navy blue so deep it's almost black, and those that have seen it swear that it is this bloated monstrosity of the sea that follows these cultists around. These guys are not enjoying their conversation with you anymore.
Or maybe this will lighten them up a bit more. I'll turn to them and be like, is anyone dealing with this issue right now?
They say that the only time anyone's looking into it is if something happens that directly affects any of the major houses, which it hasn't yet. These people that are being targeted are usually low-level dock workers, the people out on the sea. They haven't targeted any major people yet. No ship captains, no aristocrats, anything like that. So it hasn't really trickled up to the higher-ups just yet.
I'd be like, well, if you know anyone who's looking to give more information and or maybe perhaps hire someone to deal with this issue, let me know. And I'll kind of give them like a letter, be like, give them like a little written note, being like, let your bosses know or whoever might be willing to, who is looking for help with the issue, and I might be able to help out with it sometime. Until then, I'll wave over to the bartender. Can I get a drink for my new friends here?
They just all, ha! And they completely, like, in the way that only drunk people can, they completely forget how very sad they were just a minute ago.
That was the plan. Until then, let's enjoy the night and tell some merry stories.
Right. So, Silverin, are you making your way over to the Gilded Dragon at any point, or are you going to be staying the night at the Yawning Portal?
Yeah, I'll probably just stay at the Yawning Portal since I've got room and board here.
Okay. Right, all right. So, it is officially full night, maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the evening. The tavern is still going. Some people have come, some have gone. The people that you see here are still present. A few of the nobles have interchanged for other nobles and whatnot. But yeah. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do before we go ahead and call it a night and progress to the next morning?
The only thing I want to do is once these guys are like too drunk and they like pass out or they go to bed or whatever it is, I'll take a moment to like take my ring out and talk to my compatriots, specifically the one with thunder and water, I believe, and let them know about what's been going on. That there might be some giant sightings and or issues going up out on the water and near Waterdeep, and so that they might be able to investigate it more, since it's more their area of expertise.
Okay.
And I'll also ask them for if there's anything new going on. If not, then I'll bid them a good night and move on.
Okay. Yeah, they have passed the point of inebriation where they're going to be of any use to anybody.
All right.
Okay.
interacted with the tavern. You haven't really gotten a good chance to interact with the tavern yet. Is there anything else you wanted? Is there anything you wanted to do in here?
Okay.
Honestly, it's a lot of talking. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
If there's any food put in front of her, she's very excited about it.
Oh yeah. They definitely would have brought out food. I feel like with Horace's background, that they probably would have just served all of you guys a plate of whatever the house was having that night.
I feel there would have been a moment of, hey guys, have you tried this stuff yet? It's called ketchup. She's just drinking it out of the bottle.
So Melly would have just left a bottle on the bar and kind of walked away from it and turned back to see Dandy just drinking it. It's like, hey, and you see her take a little note down.
Drake will leave a coin, a gold coin for her, and be like, let her have her fun.
Didn't we pay for the food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a whole bottle though. But Drake has just covered that for you. And with the gold that Drake has given Millie, she makes sure that Dandy never has an empty plate or an empty bottle in front of her. Dandy, the wine that she's serving you is, I would say, solidly mid-tier. All right.
You know, Dandy.
I'm pretty sure she has had alcohol before. I don't think you can live in a large group of women without it.
You know, Dandy. Everywhere we go, there's going to be this stuffed ketchup. You should start making a journal, and make ketchup notes, so that after 10 years, you know the place with the best ketchups.
She doesn't hate that idea.
All right. So, unless there's anything else anyone would like to do before heading to bed for the evening, we'll go ahead and take our break now, and when we come back, it will be the following morning.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. There we go. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody. So, Soren, have you made your way? We're calling it early morning right now. Have you made your way to the Gilded Dragon to meet up with everybody yet?
Yeah. He would have probably woke up early and headed back.
Okay. So, you guys wake up the following morning. Soren down in the main lobby area, kind of shooting the shit, eating up time until you all make your way back down. This early in the morning, the tap room of the Gilded Dragon is mostly empty, save for a small halfling man who, Drake, you notice he only got up a couple times throughout the entirety of the night. Once to order a drink, another time to head towards the back, presumably to relieve himself. Otherwise, he was staying right there. Horace, your dwarven buddy, is the other one who's been here all night. He seems to be very friendly with Melly, the bartender. He looks like he probably got here bright and early and ordered breakfast. So, morning time in the Gilded Dragon. What do you all want to do?
I was gonna say during the day, Frederick's writing a letter to directly to his family.
Brevin is going to want to just make sure everything is situated and then head off to get in touch with Katha. Sorry. Mispronounced it.
Okay. I haven't really given a specific pronunciation. I pronounce it Katha personally.
Katha, okay.
I'll be heading towards the what's it called? What was the state called again? Or the area called again? Sean, where the wealthy live?
That would be
Cass
Seaward, right? The Seaward, right?
that would be the
Mm-mm.
C ward, correct?
Okay.
Now, so you're all down there, and so Frederick, you want to head up to the C ward? Are you heading up there by yourself? Is anyone going to go with you? Because Brevin wants to go speak to your Lord's Alliance contact. Are you sure you don't want to accompany them first and then maybe take care of your personal business?
Sure. Yeah.
I wanted to go to the temple in the morning, and that's in the northwest. So that's by the Seaward.
Yes, the temple is in the Seaward.
Temples are in the
from-
C ward, correct?
So let's
Okay.
head up that way. So I will come along.
I was like, wonderful. Better two than one. That's the people we're gonna meet.
All right. So it looks like you guys are heading in a few different directions, but okay, so that's fine. As you guys make your way out of the Gilded Dragon and back out onto the streets of Waterdeep, there is a bit of a commotion happening outside when you all exit. Down the street, maybe 40, 50 feet down, 5 or 6 buildings down, you see a large crowd of people are gathered around what looks like a lamppost, like an oil lamppost. And they're all kind of looking up and around, and you see some people looking down towards the lamppost. And you guys can see a small contingent, about 4 or 5 City Watch, trying to push their way through the small crowd to see what the commotion is all about. What do you guys want to do?
We're all together, right?
Yes, you guys all are all together right now.
And I just like offered the idea, like, you guys want to check it out as well before we separate?
Yes, I want to make sure this isn't something that's a problem we need to deal with.
All right, Dandy, you're up front. Feel like you'll be able to push everybody out of the way.
I'm sorry, I was told to behave.
And you were also told to be up front.
I don't remember
So
anyone
you
putting Frederick in charge.
Yeah.
Draco just turned to Danny and be like, "But you have such great muscles, you could easily push them aside, and we could always use a way to get through the crowd."
We could also say, excuse me.
We could. I'll leave that choice up to you. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing.
Brevina is looking around and he's just going to walk up the side of one of the walls of the building to get a higher advantage to see what's going on.
Okay. So what exactly are you doing?
Spider walk.
Yeah, it's the spider climb ability he has.
Okay. A few
Just
people
trying to get higher
kind of
so I
look
can
up
see
towards
what's
you
happening.
concerned, but it passes quickly. It's nothing too out of the ordinary. It's not kind of like New York. Everyone's seen everything. So a few people kind of watch you and then just go back to what they were watching. And Brevin, when you get up there, what you see is 3 men dressed all in black, and it looked like they had masks on at one point, but they're just dangling around their front now. And they are all tied Spider-Man style to the lamppost. It looks like somebody roped them up there, kicked the shit out of them real good, and left them there.
So
Anyone I recognize?
if they're dangling, can we see them since they're kind of elevated a little?
They're more just like tied to the base of the post.
Oh, okay. Hey, what do you see?
Well, there are 3 black-clad individuals who are tied to the base of one of the lampposts up ahead.
I'll
Seems
talk.
super efficient.
I'll say up to Revan. Do you see any specific facial features that are maybe strange about them? I was talking to some of the guys at the bar last night, and they said they heard about some people that might be a little bit strange. Cultists, maybe even.
The clothing that they're wearing when Brevin describes it to you does not match up with what the people were telling you about the cultists.
Okay.
No robes or anything like that, just black outfits. Anyone around the crowd would hear whispers of was her. It was her. She did it again. And you guys get some words and whispers around like that, almost in awe. These people are, and they keep referring to an individual that they keep calling the Scarlet Blade.
Scarlet Blade.
So who's the Scarlet Blade?
Not anyone I've ever heard of, but honestly, I prefer not to get on her bad side if that's what she could do.
And none of you guys would have heard this name before.
We're in the crowd. Can we just
Yeah.
can I ask a random person?
Absolutely. So, Dandy, as you're kind of just inquiring about this name, they tell you about this woman who showed up almost a year ago now. Showed up in town and just started fighting crime on the streets, taking out thieves, taking out murderers. Sometimes she kills them, sometimes she doesn't. It seems like she prefers not to, but will if she has to. She's become quite a mythical figure around Waterdeep these past several months.
I think Dandy just got a role model.
They say they call her the Scarlet Blade because every time anyone actually sees her, there's always blood on her sword.
Amazing. And I got that for getting a table?
Dandy, have you never heard of vigilantism?
No.
This is not something to be honored. This is a problem for the City Watch.
Oh. Boo.
Braven climbs down and says, the problem isn't so much from what you have described to us, the problem isn't so much the individuals this person's targeting. The question is, why is she targeting them? And furthermore, is she doing this out of a sense of altruism for the community? Or is this someone who is just clothing themselves like they're trying to take care of problems just so they can help something else gain more power? Something that may be worse.
You guys can make a group
or perhaps they're
investigation
making,
check if you'd like.
or perhaps they're simply taking revenge for something that they've done to this person. Who knows?
Where are our tokens?
Oh, you can make investigation checks from the character sheet as well. If you open up your main journal.
So, who has the highest investigation check?
It's a group check. You guys can
Probably
do it.
Brevin.
Oh, everyone does it?
Yep, everyone does it as a group check. So yeah, Dandy. So if you open up your character sheet, and then yep, perfect. Okay.
I rolled 20.
So what they just as a quick informational for anyone that's wondering, a group check is, since it's an even number of us, it works out really great. We just take the number of successes and the number of failures, and if whichever one is bigger works out. If there's ever a tie, then we'll actually use the numbers and do the maths and do the average. But right now, you guys do definitely figure out quite a bit by just kind of asking around in the crowd. Brevin, you might have gone towards some of the City Watch and asked them. And so we'll start with the general crowd consensus you guys are getting. That she is taking out the people that the law won't touch. And basically the people that can either buy their way out of being in trouble or have connections high enough up that they can just easily get themselves out of trouble, things like that. Brevin, when you're talking to the City Watch about this, they do tell you, as per usual, that there's a lot of corruption in the City Watch, in the Lords of the Nobles. It's a huge city, sometimes millions of people here. Corruption happens. And there's usually nothing that they can do about it. And the two men that you just happen to be talking to right now seem to really like this lady. They think that she's doing the job that they can. Kind of like how some of the cops like Batman, you know? But yeah. So that would be what you guys can figure out by questioning the crowd and the people there.
Any like descriptions, or nothing at all?
Say she wears red.
She wears red. All right. With a bloodstained sword. All right, let's do this.
You realize Dandy's gonna dye her hair red at the first opportunity.
Yeah, he's the first the Scarlet Blade fangirl.
Does Dandy say this out loud?
Yeah. Like, I don't think she realizes she said it out loud, but she's like,
My
I
hair's
gotta
been
dye my hair red.
Brevin makes a note that when they're done with stuff to go by places she could get something to do that with.
Aw, thank you.
All right, so where on the map are we, Sean, right now?
Guys would
Are
be
we-
right around the north side of the castle ward, right around here.
Okay.
So,
And if we want to buy anything, it'll be way down here at the trade ward.
you can also buy some luxury things in the sea ward.
Okay. So,
I'm,
I guess in the meantime, Horace, should we carry on?
Carry on.
All right. So as you guys make your way further deeper into the city, there's a bit of a ways that you guys can travel together before you end up splitting off. And after maybe about 10, 15 minutes, it's still relatively early, maybe 9, 10 o'clock in the morning right now, after the whole spectacle with the Scarlet Blades like her handiwork and all that kind of stuff. You guys begin to notice that the street is emptying in front of you. Take a quick glance behind you, and shutters are closing up on the street that you find yourself on. Very odd for this time of day and this part of the city. You hear the slam of some deadbolts, some bars crossing doors. And then, as you guys are making your way up, a man steps out from an alleyway in front of you all. Armed, armored. He steps into the middle of the road in front of you all, and behind him come two more, kind of just like sauntering out. One of them not very heavily armored, but he's kind of twirling a dagger around between his fingers. And they're maybe 20, 30 feet out in front of you guys right now. And the larger man, the one who came out first, looks up and says, "Welcome back, kid. You should have stayed lost." And we are going to roll initiative.
Like they're talking to Dandy.
I'm like actively like who's he talking about?
You do not recognize this man.
Oh, he's talking to me?
He was
Wait,
looking right
is he
at you,
actually talking-
Frederick.
Oh, I rolled a one.
Yeah, he's definitely not talking to Dandy. The four guys that she's found to the north were the first men she ever met.
For some reason, mine did not put the initiative over there on mine.
Okay, go ahead
Okay, you're done.
and... Oh, that's some bad rolls, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Go
Do
and
you
roll
want
it again,
to?
and we'll
Okay.
go ahead and get it adjusted. Make sure your token's selected when you do it.
Oh, that might be what happened.
Yep. We'll get you in.
That is a lot of ones.
That's a lot of ones, guys. This ain't looking good.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to re-roll that?
If it hasn't shown up on the thing, yes, select your token and reroll.
There we
Oh.
go.
Okay, so we'll get you to your initial one, which was the 9.14. And I need to
So,
get
like-
the rest of these guys into... Whoa, there's a lot of initiatives. Maybe I forgot to clear it after last one. Okay, just 1 second, guys. We'll get this fixed in a moment.
Because in the meantime, I'm gonna look at Brevin. It's like, Brevin, is he referring to you? Because I do not recognize him.
Okay, so
Good
Brevin,
thing.
you had a 9.14. Soren, you had 15.16. Drake had a 5.12. Evan, we've already got you on there at the 9. Frederick, where's yours? Here you had a 5.12.
We rolled horribly.
Just getting the bad ones out of the way.
Oh, that's what happened. I hadn't cleared it since the hill giant.
One night in an inn has made us slow.
Apparently.
Told you we should have slept in a barn.
Where's
Okay.
the guards when we need them?
So, you guys see these men begin to draw maces and swords. The one who was twirling the dagger between his fingers, lightly armored, kind of begins looking around and pointing his dagger around, kind of almost toyingly, before he kind of flicks a dagger back and throws it directly at Brevin right in front of him.
Rude.
Wonderful time for my APIs to break. There we go. Brevin, it is a 23 to hit
Oh, that'll hit.
for 3 piercing. He then draws a short sword and begins to step forward. He's going to stop right there, though. Soren.
Soren doesn't quite understand what's going on, so he's going to use his army of one, and 4 other Silverins will start circling him.
Soren, can you make a perception check for me? Reaction?
Sure. 7.
Alright.
And then he's gonna circle around Brevin, like from his back, and just kind of put his back towards that back alley.
Okay.
Oh, he'll also draw. He'll draw his 2 rapiers.
Okay.
That's all he'll do.
Okay. Frederick, you see the one who initially called out your name is just locked his eyes onto you. He begins walking forward. Stops right there, and just in almost an offhanded motion, sorry, Brevin, takes a swing with his drawn longsword at Brevin.
It's kind of awkward. It's like, wait, what?
Okay, there we go. Jeez, you guys are rolling low, they're rolling high. Brevin, it's a 22 and a 21 to hit for a total of 10 slashing.
Okay.
That is going to bring us to these guys. They kind of just look like hired muscle. Very, 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 very little thought. Very much mace. So they draw their maces and begin to close in on all of you. One back here, you see him pull out a heavy crossbow and begin taking aim. He is going to take a shot at Dandy first. Dandy, it's a 16 to hit.
Hold on. I think so. Hold on. Yes. What do I do about shield?
Sorry?
Like, I don't think it's included in my AC.
You have a shield?
I thought I did.
Okay, let's double check real.
Because she doesn't wear armor.
Did you buy a shield at some point and we just didn't get it on your sheet?
I thought I had.
No worries. There you go. What kind of weapon are you using? A battle axe? Not a great axe. Okay, just a battle axe. Got it.
Just battle axe, yeah. I think she just calls it a great axe because it's great.
Okay. Okay. So that does not hit you. Your AC is now 17.
Wait.
Okay. This guy is going to swing his mace at you, Dandy. Is a 19 to hit for 6 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Drake, one swings, the one closest to you swings his mace at you. It's a 23 to hit.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're rolling super high. A 23 and then a 22. And, Brevin, you would have dealt with these kind of guys before, and maybe a few of you guys have. You would know that when they are together in groups, these kind of cowardly thugs are even more dangerous. So, in technical terms, they do have pack tactics, so be aware of that.
Okay.
So Drake, 23 and 22 to hit for a total of 12 bludgeoning. Boris, it is a 19 and a 14 to hit
A 19 hits.
for 8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning.
Silrin, a 17 and a 21 to hit.
That hits a duplicate. And the other hits me.
Okay, 6 bludgeoning.
Was the second attack?
The second attack was the 21.
6 bludgeoning. Got it.
Revit.
Hold up. Why is the turn order so small?
Is it small for you guys? Is there something wrong with the turn order on your guys' end?
Yeah, I don't. There's
Looks
3 of
like
us I don't even
something-
see on it.
Yeah, I only see for myself, Dandy, and Horse.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
Okay, something's definitely going wrong with it. It's messing up in my OBS too, so let me take a look at that and see what the problem is. Okay, no worries. So what we're going to do is I am just going to manually write down everyone's initiative, and then we'll reset the tracker because something definitely does seem to be wrong with it.
Yeah.
So just one moment. This shouldn't take me long at all.
Yeah, we should have been a silver in it, apparently. That really screwed us up.
Okay, so I'm going to exit and clear the turn order, and then I'll have everybody roll initiative again. Not yet, just in a moment. Okay, everybody, go ahead and re-roll your initiative.
Should we roll it or put the same thing
I'm
up
gonna
again?
fix it.
Sure.
I love how I got the same initiative as before. Another 1.
Me too.
I'm getting all these bad rules out of the way.
Hey, 16.
Saving the good rules for my attacks, you know.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Wait, did someone roll 20? Oh, never mind.
Okay. So. Get him. M in there. Alright, so Drake had a 3.14. Forrest had a 2.12. Look at that. Dandy had a 416. Frederick had a 5.12. This one had 1602. That one.
Roll initiative a couple more times just to convince myself that it's not always one. Okay.
Tonight. Today is fun.
Soren, 1516. What's your initial? Thugs. Buttons. Okay. Should be okay now. One last thing. Something is definitely wrong with me.
I did not think that my initiative was that high.
Yeah, I think you over it.
Brevin, I have you
9
at
point-
9.14. Oh, yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And the thugs just went, which is going to bring us to Brevin.
Okay, Oh, there are two things I'm going to do. The first one is, since I've been hit a lot, I'm going to use one of my forms of dread features,
Okay.
which as a bonus action, I get to roll a d10 plus my warlock level, so I get 8 temporary hit points. I'm going to put it over here on this part here, just I know it's passive perception, but I'm just going to put that as 8 so I know how many temp I have.
Okay.
And the second one is I'm going to use the booming blade thing against this person who was talking to Frederick, who's right beside me.
Okay.
The one who slashed me.
Yep. Oh. That is not going to
I don't
hit.
think a 7.
So he just effortlessly parries your strike from your staff away, not even breaking eye contact with Frederick. Anything else?
I believe that is it, because I really don't want to move, because I don't want an opportunity attack.
Hey, Frederick, we're on you.
All right. So, first things first. I should make a mental note of keep mage armor all the time. So I'll just cast mage armor
Okay.
right now.
What's your AC up there?
Yeah, to at least 13. Where's mage armor? There it is. And I believe.
You have a dex mod?
Yeah, of 1.
So your
So it'd
AC
be
is
14.
14.
Let me get it up as high as possible. By the end of this game, Frederick will be doing backflips blindfolded. Okay,
You only have
so
one spell slot left?
what?
Oh yeah, you should have all your spell slots.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
weird.
Well, let me go back then.
Okay.
Yeah, there go 3. And let me check all my spell slots. 3. I can't do anything else as it is, so I guess I'll just yell at him like, I have no idea who you are, sir. I think you might have got the wrong person.
He kind of just shakes his head. He's like, "Oh, I don't think so."
I think you do. And as I'm saying that, I just like wave my hand, and you see like that, like a thin trace of like light fall swirl around me. That's to represent mage armor.
Okay.
And I believe just want to be a little bit of a nuisance to him. I'm gonna back up a little bit over here next to. Back up a little bit to the. There we go. I don't know if I sit in that square or no.
Yeah, that'd be under a balcony.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll anyway, they're like back up a little bit. I'm just like completely confused on what's happening and who is he.
Okay. Andy.
Would like to rage, please.
Ah, nice.
What square is Danny in right now? Okay.
That one, yeah. She was like in the middle of 4 squares. I moved her there.
Darn,
Sorry.
I was hoping she'd be right there. Rip.
Do that. Andy, which square would you want to be in?
I
Indeed.
honestly, it does not matter. But I would like to take my axe and strike the guy that next to me.
Okay, we got a big echo coming from you again, Danny, but we got you. You're going to strike the guy in front of you here, and you are now raging. Make sure that you click that little checkbox to add your damage.
I'm sorry, what checkbox?
On your character sheet, the rage checkbox we set up for you.
Oh, okay.
It's already good. You're good to go.
Okay.
Okay. So when your Storm Herald, is that something you have to activate, or does it just happen when you rage?
Yeah. I have to activate it.
Okay, so use your bonus action to rage, and then your Storm
Yes.
Herald you can use next. Okay, cool.
Yes. Does 12 hit?
The one in front of you. See real quick. 12 hits.
Sweet.
You see him kind of like saunter up to you, like getting ready to try and smack you with the mace, and then just takes a battle axe to the face. 5 slashing. He's definitely taking Dandy a bit more seriously now.
If it's okay, I'd like to make it a strike to his legs so he's more my height.
Okay, so you strike him squarely in the leg, and he kind of just like topples down just a little bit. He's not prone or anything, but he definitely is leaning and much closer to Dandy's eye level now.
Excellent. Thank you.
Greek.
Alright, trying to think where I need to stand so I can hit all of them here. Fuck. I don't think I can hit all 4 of them.
Language.
My bad.
It's okay. I don't have
let's see.
I don't have the channel flagged as appropriate for children, anyways. So as long as we're not
Okay.
being too vulgar, we're okay. Thank you, though,
Alright,
Andy. I appreciate you looking out for it.
Language.
Alright,
The Christian
so
channel here.
you don't have a tool for cones, unfortunately. My idea is I want to hit all 4 of these ones, but
Well,
I don't
I have
know.
tools for cones. What's
Do you have
spell
tools for
pressing?
Burning hands.
Yeah. Burning hams. Oops.
Actually, comes to mind a bit. Burning Hands. It's a 15-foot cone, right?
Yep.
If I remember right.
Mhm.
Would Spell Sniper turn into a 30-foot cone?
I don't think
No.
so. I think it's just for ranged attack spells.
Yeah, Stealth Sniper is specifically for rolled attack.
Wait.
So
Sure it is.
yeah, so the best way to look at it is if it takes a saving throw, Spell Sniper won't work for it. Okay, so who are you trying to hit here, Drake?
I'm trying to hit all 4 of these guys in the middle here. I just need like a tool to like visualize it, so I see if there's anywhere I can stand or I can hit all of them.
You said it has to be a saving throw, right?
It can't be a saving throw for Spell Sniper to work.
Oh, it can't.
And not be a
Yeah.
saving throw for Spell Sniper.
Like Firebolt and Eldritch Blast, that stuff works for it.
Shouldn't it be? Is it supposed to be a 15-foot cone? I should be able to reach this guy right now. So right now it's only a 10-foot cone.
Right, okay.
Gives me an idea though. So if I
That's
go,
it. Okay, yeah, it just doesn't look as big as it actually is. Okay.
there we go. Cool. So if I'm right here, And I aim it that way. I'll hit Dandy. I'll hit 3 of them, but
You'll
not
hit
the
3 of
4th
them.
one.
Yeah, there's really
I'll
no way
hit-
for you to get 4 of them.
You're on
I'll end up hitting Dandy.
the east side of Horus, and you pointed diagonally to the southwest. If we're looking at directions, I think you get.
Like from here, you mean?
Yeah.
It wouldn't reach this one. So he'd be too far. I'd hit these 3 and not hit anyone else though.
He's
This
15
is
feet.
It's 15 feet, yeah. No,
So-
well,
Ooh, that was rough.
Yeah, cone spikes are weird.
Yeah, cones are weird. It's much easier when you're on a battle map and you can literally just drop the thing down.
Yeah.
Like an actual physical tabletop. Drake, if you want to, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Just go ahead and roll me a d20. If you get over 12, we'll let you get all 4. Straight
Okay.
d20.
over what, sorry?
Over a 12 and you get all 4 of them.
Nope.
Alright, so
Alright,
just
so
the
these 3. That's how I figured it was going to be anyway. I figured this one was just out of range. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll hit all 3 and we'll avoid my allies. Like
Okay.
that.
DC and damage, please.
Yep. Where is it? Oh, my spell sheet's still not fixed. Alright, cool. Let's see if this is gonna work properly. No, it's not. Alright, cool. So DC is still 14, and slash roll 40.
Why does it keep?
I
You've
don't
done this
know.
before, right?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna-
Just with lightning lore.
My spell sheet's still not fixed,
Nate,
unfortunately.
I'm gonna take a note right now to take a good look at your spell sheet and see
Yeah.
if we can figure something out.
Yeah, I don't know why it's almost messed up, but that's what it should be. And I'm not going to power that because I don't want to change any of those rules.
Okay. That's good damage for burning hands for sure. Okay, so 14. Half on success. 2 fails, 1 success.
Alright.
Alrighty, Drake, anything else?
2 there. Bonus action. We'll face step here, and I'll get these 2 to make a charisma saving throw. DC 14.
Charmed otherwise?
Yep. Cool.
Both fail. They kind of
That's my
just like
turn.
get this like ogled look in their eyes and they kind of look back wide-eyed towards Drake.
That's my turn.
Horse.
Okay. Just clicked on something wrong. I'm just gonna swing a warhammer at the guy in front of me.
Yeah.
On
Face.
brand.
On brand. 13.
13 hits.
5 bludgeoning.
Right, your warhammer cracks him squarely in the chest. You hear him just double over. Anything else?
Does he fall?
No, he is not prone.
Okay. Let's. No, I'm good. I'm good where I am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Drake, the one who initially threw the dagger at Brevin, kind of just looks at you and just gives you this like dumb smiled wave before turning his short sword against Brevin.
I smile back and give him like the the gun fingers. Be like, you go for it.
Can I like call him out or taunt him, or no?
Not out of turn, unfortunately. Man, those Stoken's actions are just not working.
Going for like he wants me, so like, can I do something about that just to get him off Brevin?
They have not forgotten about you, Frederick. Don't worry. Okay, that's just cool.
By the way, Revan, you should move
It's
your
okay.
tokens so on actual squares and instead of in the middle.
Yep. So we are going to
There we go.
do that. All right,
I just left him where he was at. Okay, that'll work.
Brevin. It's an 11 to hit with the first strike.
Misses.
Second one coming in. Ooh, gets a nat one. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. He is at advantage for the second strike. We're making it a 21
Oh, that'll hit.
for 5 piercing. And you see him kind of duck down and just go for this weak spot in Brevin's armor. And does that, but I need to just delete his token actions, so I stopped pressing them. They're broke. Okay. Brevin, you take an additional 4 piercing from that attack. So 5, so 9 piercing
Okay.
total.
Okay, so hold on a sec. Get up here. So that's only -1 on the actual non-temporary hit points. Let me put that back to passive perception just to make things easier for you.
Okay.
Oh. Okie dokie.
All right, Soren.
Thorin will get up and attack the one directly south of him.
Okay.
And he will use a blade flourish for defensive flourishing.
All right, 16 does not hit this armored figure.
16 does not hit. Shit.
16 does not hit this figure.
I will use a bonus action to use my offhand.
Okay.
That's not gonna hit either.
When your swing comes in, Silver, and you hear it clang off of this armor that is hidden beneath his cloaks, he came ready for business.
Got it. I will take the opportunity of attack and move to the other side to help Brevin.
Okay. 14 to hit.
14 does not hit. Oh well, technically it hits a image.
Okay.
That's a really cool trick.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. So, Frederick, the man who has been staring daggers at you since he got here. Not necessarily staring daggers. You just see this big smile on his face, and he's just locked his eyes onto you. Like he is here for you, Brevin. And he comes stepping closer with his sword raised, and he says to you as he closes in, says, "Your new sister-in-law sends her regards," and brings his longsword down. It is.
Opportunity of attack?
Yeah, Brevin would get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Can I try to?
You're using your
Actually,
reactions.
no.
You can't use any bonus actions or anything like that. Just your reaction.
Let me check one thing real quick because I haven't used it before. I think it'll work, but I'm just not positive. Because since they've whittled away at me, I think I have advantage on this one. Okay, it's counted as a regular attack. As he moves, I'm going to use this little stun on him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm now using my Constitution modifier instead, so it's a D20 plus 1,
Okay.
but I get advantage on it because I'm under half.
Okay.
So
18 hits.
what? 18 hit?
18 hits.
Okay. So I roll a 1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
So I regain 3 hit points, and I get advantage on my next check or anything I have to make.
So as he passes by Brevin, what do you do? Like, how do you attack this man? How do you go after this guy as he's passing by you?
As he's leaving, I one hand just lashes out, grabs the back of his cloak and yanks him back, and I just sinks, and my fangs lengthen, and I sink him into close to his collarbone and just suck out a little bit, and
All right.
flick that nice little. Thanks for the refresher. And then I turn and look at the one on the other side of me, and
He's just looking
well,
googly
I
eyed.
might. I don't bother wiping the blood off because I figured it'll be good for an intimidation check this next time.
All right.
I'm a charming fellow. What can I say?
Okay. That brings us around to these guys. And, yep. He's also, the one closest to you, Drake, is going to look back towards you and just, like, give you this big dumb smile and then walk up to Silrin.
I'll just smile back and be like, "You're totally making the right choice turning your back to me right now."
Silrin, 22. You get a mirror image on that?
Yes. It hits me though.
Okay, 5 bludgeoning. Second attack's only a 7.
That completely misses both
Okay.
of us.
These ones down here, one of them is going to step up to Frederick. Frederick, it is a 20. Oh god, a 22 and a 20.
They
Can you
both hit
stop
that
either
guy.
of those with shield?
I have 14, and then
Okay,
she will
we
only
get up
give
to
me
19.
Yeah, that won't happen. So what's the damage roll? Come on.
It's 10 bludgeoning.
Alright. In total, or
That's
just
total.
one?
That's total.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, not Brevin's turn yet. Horace, the thug next to you, is going to swing his mace at you twice with a 17 and a
Hold
22.
on.
Go ahead.
I'm. I was saying hold on, and I was muted. There. I got Frederick's.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
This,
I love you.
So roll that
plus
d10.
2. So
Fantastic.
10.
Whoa.
So 10 points bounce off my shield.
Frederick, Horace has deflected all of the damage dealt to you.
Wait, all of it, or just you said that's 12 points, or Wait,
Did I
what?
say 12?
It's a 10.
Yeah, it was
10 points? Okay, so you just take 2 damage then, right?
Yep.
No, it's 8 plus my proficiency.
Oh, my apologies. I was just seeing the chat. Okay. Oh, thank God.
He
Thank you.
stopped it all. So
Stopped it
Horace,
all.
the shots coming at you are a 17 and a 22
A 22 hits.
for 7 bludgeoning.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Doing math.
Brevin, your turn. Ugh. Sorry. It is Brevin's turn.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry, we got
so
one
someone-
thug left. The one thug left is going to crossbow shot at Frederick.
Okay,
7 to hit. Big miss.
cool. It just like bounces off the mage armor.
All right. Go ahead, Brevin.
I'm going to take a step this way, just so I'm not, if he breaks his charm, I'm not in the middle of everything. And, I snarl at the one who's been stabbing me, "I'm not finished yet." And I fire an Eldritch Blast at him.
Nice. 18 hits.
And then make sure it's doing it right. It should have a +4 because
Yep.
of the
So
agonizing
13.
blast thing. So 13 points of damage. And, come on, step back closer. I need to... You got a little more blood I could take from you. And I attempt to intimidate him.
Okay, so I'll let you use your bonus action to do that.
Oh, and also, there's the fact that in the form of dread, he's not able to willingly take steps towards me since I hit him with an attack. If he
Okay,
fails
nice.
a charisma saving throw.
What's the DC on the charisma? Never mind, he fails.
That was the fastest. What did you roll by chance?
He rolled a 3.
Perfect.
Okay. Brevin, anything else?
I think that's it for the time being.
Frederick.
Oh,
What? Brevin?
no, I said that's it for the time
Oh,
being.
right. Go ahead, Frederick.
Okay, so crap. Okay, what is he wearing? The guy who's trying to shank the hell out of me.
He's wearing some sort of heavy armor. You
Like-
can't tell beneath all his robes exactly what it is, but he's wearing some sort of heavy
Metal?
armor.
By chance?
What?
Is it like metal? By
Make a
chance?
perception check.
Alrighty, see if we got. Wait. Does this consider my action?
No.
Okay, cool. Perception. Oh, come on.
Cannot tell.
What is up with these rolls? Okay, so I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna use So I'm just gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay. 6 is
like that.
definitely not gonna hit.
I want to use my Session Inspiration.
Okay.
These rolls are killing me. So 23.
23 hits.
1 damage.
Oh, you don't need to use your sessional inspiration. You had advantage on the attack. You didn't know,
because
but you did.
it's because we're
His
okay,
armor
gotcha.
is metal.
Perfect. Is that because they said in the Shocking Grasp it deals more damage with metal?
It looks like it gives you advantage. You have advantage
Yeah,
on the attack roll if the target is wearing. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage and it can't take reactions. So it just
Okay.
you just get advantage because he's wearing metal.
Okay.
But he can't take reactions now.
I am perfectly fine with that. In the meantime, I'm going to do. Oh, don't still hit me with that, right? So I can't use another spell if it's just one spell per
Or
turn
did you just cast a cantrip?
as a cantrip.
Shocking Grasp? Because you can cast a spell, it's a bonus action.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so because
You can Misty Step.
yeah, that's what I was going to do because I'm being vulnerable. So, well, Misty Step right behind or right next to Silverin.
I don't know. I've been blocking you with a shield pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about this? Oh, Misty Step. I just want to get out of there. I have two guys with swords and they're trying to stab the hell out of me apparently, and I have a sister-in-law I don't even know I know. So I'm just gonna Misty Step right here, right between Braven. Wait, there we go. Braven and the guy right here, the charm dude.
Okay.
That would be it.
Dandy.
All right. Whilst I rage, I'd like to initiate my Storm Aura
Awesome.
and swing my axe again.
That's definitely a hit. So he has to make a DC. What did we figure out it was? It was 10. And what's your Constitution modifier?
You take a 13. Hold on. My spell save on mod is 2.
So DC 12.
It's
Dex
a 12.
save.
Okay.
He fails.
That's a U roll, right? He fails. Yay.
So he takes
And
the
then-
11, and then your Storm Aura. Go and roll damage for that.
That's a D6, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
So Dandy, your axe. Well, let's go ahead and how do you hit him? What do you do? For 11 points of slashing.
Well, the Storm Aura rolls up from my feet, kind of like a royal blue lightning comes up from the ground, rolls up my axe, and as I swing it, it like strikes.
All right. So as you swing your axe, this bolt of lightning just strikes down into the blade and just cleaves him. The slice does quite a bit of damage, but what really does him is all that electricity coursing through him. You see it light up his eyes, arc between his teeth, his mouth open in this growl for a moment before you start to see smoke rising off of his hair, off of his arms, and he just drops backwards, very dead.
Told you my axe was good.
Nobody said it wasn't.
All right, Dandy, anything else?
I don't think I have any other actions I can take. So I'm just gonna point at my eyes and point at that guy over to the left.
You can move.
You do have movement.
I'm just gonna step over this guy's prone body to go square up with his buddy.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's the crossbowman too. He won't be able to be crossbowing anymore. Okay, Drake. Drake, you there?
Yep. We're gonna be casting. They're probably low enough I can kill them. I'm gonna be casting Chromatic Orb. I'm gonna be twinning it as well, so I can hit both of these guys.
Do you have the GP requisite of Chromatic Orb, my dude?
The GP requisite is only for the diamond. Once you have the diamond, you can continuously cast it.
It does not
doesn't-
consume it. Fantastic. Okay,
Right.
you're good.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing that on these two, and I'm gonna notice how I have horrible rolls right now. 3. I'll inspiration one of them, just to hit. I'll inspiration this one.
Okay.
Seven damage. It's gonna be lightning damage. Oh wait. I made the chromatic lightning damage. Are they wearing metal armor?
They are.
Does that give me advantage on the roll then?
No, it's only for specific spells that it does that.
Ah, damn. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's lightning anyways.
Okay. All right.
Rip. Bad rolls. Unlucky.
Anything else?
Bonus action. Anything useful I can do? Not really. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Horse.
Oh no.
I got really unlucky rolls.
Okay, with 3 guys around me, I'm going to take a second wind. Up, there we go. So the so that's 6 points back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to dodge their attacks.
Okay.
I just changed my.
Disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of your next turn.
Yep.
Okay. Cancel out their pack tactics. Good stuff.
Yep.
Anything else?
No. Oh, you have decided to surround the dwarf.
All right. They kind of look
Always
down
an
at you.
excellent strategy.
They kind of look down at you, like grinning and kind of twisting their hands on their maces. They are ready to start swinging away. However, first, this one is going to, still kind of googly eyeing over at Drake, see that Frederick has come out into the open, and he is going to square up with him. Now,
Did he pass where I could get an opportunity attack on him,
does
or
not look like it. No, he never left your range.
Yeah, he's still
Okay.
within the 5 feet.
okay?
Frederick, it is a 21 and a 15 to hit.
Okay, so 15, I have a 14. So I'm gonna use for the 15. Oh, not that one. Where is it? There we go. Arcane deflection.
Okay.
So that gives me a +2 bonus to my AC. So
Okay, gets you up to
now I'm at
16.
16.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll take the first hit, 21, but the 15 now misses.
All right, so that is a total of 9 piercing you take from that attack.
Perfect. Wait, no, wrong button.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that'll be 15. There we go.
Right, Silrin.
Soren's just going to move to the top and try to. I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to end up breaking his
It's
charm
fine.
effect.
Well, if he fails, he's still gonna be charmed anyways. So. Okay. The charm was mainly just so they didn't attack me instantly. So.
Right.
He will also use his phase ire, his free one, for the day
Yep.
as a bonus action, and attack with his rapier.
23 hits. Big hit.
He's also going to definitely flourish on this one for a defensive flourish. Oh shit, that's not it. Total of 13.
Ignore that, guys. I misclicked.
I can try the DC 14 again for the charm.
Because they're not very charismatic, he gets a 3. Again.
Alright.
Still shocked.
That's it for Soren.
Frederick,
Mm-hmm.
the man with the long sword, continuing to grin at you, is going to step forward and he's going to call out to everyone. Oh, you idiots! Remember who we're here for! This man's the paycheck! And all of them, they hear paycheck and they all kind of like perk up a little bit and all look towards Frederick.
I just like look back and like,
Go ahead, Horse.
I'm pretty sure I could pay more than this guy.
A quick question. The guy should still be right
Yeah,
in
he
the.
can't.
I think. Yeah, at least until I think the. Let me reread this. Let me put it up.
Okay.
He
Oh,
should
yeah,
still be
he
fighting
really-
me until the end of my next turn, so he should
Yeah.
still be back there by horse.
Yeah, so he can't willingly move closer to you.
Yeah.
Which means you can't get closer to Frederick either, because he'd
Yeah,
be
that's
even closer to
why-
him.
That's why I was close to the Raven.
In that case, he will still shout that, but kind of be looking warily towards Brevin, and he will sheathe his sword and pull his crossbow. That is one of the drawbacks towards me letting you guys draw and sheathe weapons as actions, that the bad guys can do it too as free actions. Reasonably, that is. Like, he won't be able to
Oh,
redraw
yeah.
his longsword in the same turn, but for now, he does draw his heavy crossbow.
Is he at disadvantage for ranged attacks?
You are
'cause
right
he's in
there, so
melee?
yes, he is. Which means, Brevin, it is only a 14 to hit you.
That
I'm sorry,
is
Frederick.
exactly my armor.
Frederick.
Oh.
It is
14.
14.
That pings off.
Okay.
Or because I
You're at 15, aren't you?
yeah,
Or
I'm
you're
at
at 14?
15. Wow, shit.
Okay, so it's until your next turn he's frightened of you, right, Brevin?
Yes. And if I hit another attack when he has to make a saving throw to see if the frightened condition remains or if it fades.
Got it. Okay. That is going
I
to bring us.
see him at 16, by the way. 16. This is +2 bonus.
Got it. That is going to bring us around to the thugs. The one closest to Frederick is going to start swinging his mace around at advantage because he's within 5 feet of an ally.
Yes, he is.
Frederick is a 23 and a 17.
Okay. Yeah, both hit. Sadly. Because we actually, can I cast shield?
Yeah, it's a reaction.
While. Yeah. Okay. So cool. So I'll cast shield on. Hopefully, that should be giving me a plus. That's because it's a 20 in total.
Shield is +5 bonus to your AC.
Yeah, so it's 20. Oh, 21 actually. Yeah. Okay. So let's see, where is shield? Yeah, there it is.
Okay. So that does not hit. Only the 23 is going to hit, which is 6 bludgeoning.
Perfect.
Okay. So Dandy, the one in front of you is going to kind of look towards you and then look over towards Frederick and look towards the man who was giving the orders, kind of frantically like looking around like not knowing what to do. He is going to risk the opportunity attack from you to get out of your melee range. So you can go ahead and make an attack of opportunity against him.
Awesome.
So you just get to make one melee attack and 11 hits.
Sweet. I don't get to activate the storm aura.
No, it's just a reaction. You just
Okay.
get to take one melee
No
attack.
problem.
So he does take the rage damage, so he takes 6. So as he's trying to stumble away, he's like, as Dandy smacks him in the back with her axe. And then he turns with his crossbow and takes a shot at Frederick.
Would that be a
Frederick,
disadvantage since it's like between so many people?
I don't do that for you guys, so we don't do it for the enemies either.
Oh, okay.
He does miss horribly, though. Luckily, he does not have his pack tactics right now.
Yeah, I'm at 21 right now. I think I'm okay. Hopefully, I'm okay.
The advantage one was a crit.
If he's still running away, I'm just gonna tell him he better go. Like, go home, or give you another swat.
He's kind of looking around, almost panicked at this point. Like he's definitely not wanting to square up with Dandy again, but he also really wants to get paid. Right.
Can't spend it. If you're dead.
Horace, the two in front of you, you can see the quandary on their face as well, and they're trying to decide what to do. And one of them...
They're not at advantage anymore.
Right. They do not know that, though. So one of them is going to kind of just like look around, look at the situation, think his two buddies have Frederick well under control, and he's going to keep trying to take you out. So that is going to be... Horace, it is an 18.
A 18 misses.
And a 7, which certainly misses.
Misses.
All right. And I believe that is all of the thugs. Yep. All right, Brevin.
I have a question. Do you have a... I want to use the shatter spell and try to collect these two that are near Horus without hitting anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a tool where I can kind of visualize that better or not.
Yeah, I do. Second. I don't think there's a way to get those two and not either Horace or Dandy.
Kind of move it up a little on the building. Well, crud. No, there's not a way to do that.
You could hit
little
two
too
of them.
broad.
These two right here. Or if you just want to say you don't give a fuck, you can hit all three of them and Dandy.
Nah, I'd prefer not to have friendly fire.
Thank you.
That's not very good.
Let's hit those two, just to thin it out some.
Okay.
Dandy, you take half damage right now, right? Because you're raging.
Only.
Yeah,
Not
but
for,
I still want
yeah, not
Okay.
only from a normal
Bludgeoning,
non-magical
slashing, piercing, but this is force.
Yeah, she would still take full
Yeah.
damage from it.
I don't.
One of the
And,
ways to
they-
kill barbarians is with magical damage.
Yep. Good damage.
Unless it's totem warrior, and in that case, you're just hosed.
Okay. One fail, one success.
That's when you just dominate person and then turn them onto your side.
Right. Oh man, I love using that as a DM so very, very much.
Dominate the barbarian.
I've done it a bunch in fighters too. Like my homebrew campaign, I used Gaius and dominate person on my fighter all the time. The party hated it. He must have turned to fight them at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh man.
Okay, that is going to bring us to Frederick, unless Brevin has anything else.
Did he roll damage?
Yes, he did for 16.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Big damage.
1 success and 1 failure.
So if nothing else, that has one of those near you feeling a lot less spry. But I think that's all I really have at the moment. Yeah, because you have to use a weapon attack to do any two-handed attempts, so... Okay. Yeah, that's it for the time being.
Okay. Frederick.
Okay. All right. Quick question.
Mhm.
About Flitch. Can I use him right now, or am I considered entirely different?
Whenever we roll initiative, if you'd like Flinch to be in the initiative, go ahead and roll initiative for him individually.
Okay. So
you can
for
go ahead
now.
and roll initiative for him now, and then he will act on his own initiative.
Okay.
So that's
You rolled a better initiative. Yeah. So
that canceled your initiative.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
Did you select his token when you did that?
Oh, I don't think I dragged a token in. No. All right. Let me get this 2 point. My token was like, I think it was like a 3 point something, 3 4.
It was 512.
Oh, 512. Okay. Okay. How about now?
There we go. Okay, and he's a 515. That works. So he can go ahead and act.
All right. So at this point, screw it. Either one of us are gonna die. So I'm gonna use flinch here to do a sting on this boy.
Okay. 11 is
Oh,
not gonna hit.
Oh, rip. Well, that was Flinch's turn, I think.
That brings us to you then.
Yeah. So, Smiley disappointed at Flinch, like, really? I'll look at the same guy, and I'll cast Magic Missile.
Okay, so that is 4 instances of 4 force damage, so 16 force. Nice.
Nice.
Is it 3 or 4 for Magic Missile first level?
First level should be 3.
Okay, so 3, so 12 force. That's max damage though. Nice. Oh no, I guess you're wrong. Okay.
Yeah. I think
He gets to make a charisma saving throw.
Why did that happen?
That's technically 3 charisma saving throws for each missile.
Right, it would be 1 for each. Oh no, I've looked into this before. The text says that they all strike at once, making it 1 instance of damage. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just thinking about it's like aiming my hand. I'm just like see 3 little orbs just start flying straight at him at close point blank range.
I know if you're concentrating on a spell, you have to make a concentration save for each individual missile.
Can you link me the ruling for that? Because I looked it up the other day and I was seeing that it was 1 instance of damage. But we can move on from that for now. He did fail his first save, so he's still charmed either way. But Horace, if you want to send me a link for a ruling on that, I will definitely take a look at it. Or give me a page number or anything like that. For now, though, Frederick, is there anything else?
Okay, I'm just gonna Misty Step away from the flank. Or is that considered? No, because I used a first level spell.
So since you used Magic Missile, it needs to be a bonus action.
So a bonus action. I'm pretty sure Misty Step is a bonus action spell, isn't
it? Misty Step is a bonus action.
Yeah, okay. You got me scared for a moment there. Alright, so Misty Step again. And I'm gonna move him, since Flinch is still with me, I'm gonna move him right about here. Why is it not? Oh, I clicked Flinch by accident. What is happening?
You can always just like select both of them at the same time by clicking and dragging and make a square over your character, and you can move both of them at the same time.
No, that's what I thought I did. That's what I did, but there we go. It was just lagging. All right, so I'll be across him right here.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, so a point of order. Horace, your interpretation of that does appear to be Jeremy Crawford's interpretation of Magic Missile as well, so we will run with that. It will cause 1 instance, it will cause 1 saving throw for each instance of damage that it takes.
So it is for each missile? Okay.
Yes. So we'll
Cool.
run with that. Thank you, Horace. Again, whenever you guys have rules, things that come up like that, perfect, Horace. Thank you. Whenever you guys have rulings questions like that, feel free to bring them up to me. Just like what just happened, if we can get it figured out in a minute or 2, we'll get it figured out, and we'll run with whatever we all agree with. But yeah, we were able to get it figured out quickly, so we will change that ruling, and we will still say that he failed his saves, though.
Cool. So I won't worry about those 2 yet.
Awesome. Thanks, Andy. I do appreciate that.
Played a lot of wizards.
All right. Okay, Frederick, anything else?
No, I can't do anything else after this.
Get the fuck out of Dodge. Okay.
Heck yeah.
Andy.
I only have 7 hit points left, man.
The guy that you hit before,
Yep.
is he still running away, or is he?
He backed up a bit, repositioned, and fired it at Frederick. So he's looking like he's still planning to
Alright. So then he made some bad decisions.
fight.
I'm going to strike him with my Storm Aura activated, please.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your Storm Aura damage, 1d6. He fails his dex save. Takes max damage from the Storm Aura as he gets struck by another strike of lightning, and takes another 6 from that.
This is your last opportunity to go.
He is looking panicked.
And I believe that's all I can do, except I'm not going to move away from him. I'm going to keep trying to intimidate him.
Okay.
Can I do an intimidation
You
check
used
just
your
for-
bonus action
Or is
already.
he pretty
so-
intimidated because I just smacked him?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Right, Drake.
Alright, I think I can hit 3 people here without hitting anyone else here, so... Right here, can I get the cone back for Burning Hands?
We'll use the non-animated one. It'll probably be easier for us to actually use this.
I'm looking to hit these 3.
Now we can actually do that. And now the base of the cone is actually the right size.
Am I able to control the cone?
I can't do
Oh,
that,
that's
unfortunately.
cool.
Damn.
Yeah, which
Alright, well I'm looking to hit these 3.
You be shy.
No, I'm not shy. It's 15 feet.
These things are not as nice as I thought they were, apparently, for sizing.
The idea is that I angle it in such a way that it doesn't hit Horus, ideally. I think it's possible to go
I feel like you get Silverin in at that point.
That's fine. I mean, I can move right here if I need to. I can move right here. If I move right there, does that angle work?
No, you would hit Surin for sure if they in that angle. Unless
No? Damn. Okay, well, I don't want to turn down an opportunity to hit 3 of them, though. I will trust you, Horace. I think you're good at your saves. Alright, I'm gonna hit all 3 of these guys. Actually, wait, can I hit? No, I can't. Okay, cool. I'll do that.
DC 14.
I have faith in Horace. I'll be like, Horace, watch out! And then I'll cast my spell.
Because a
DC
cleric
14.
in heavy armor always has a
Super
good
dexterous.
jet save.
Super dexterous.
extremely
A
dexterous.
dwarven cleric in heavy armor.
I mean, I didn't like you before, but now you're actually shooting me.
Ah, jeez. Alright, you know what, alright, fine, you can miss me. Alright, I won't do it, I'll do something else. Alright, instead, we're gonna
shit.
target,
Hey, they disappeared. Oh.
we'll target these two instead.
Where's the Scarlet Blade when you need them?
Hopefully my rolls are a bit better for these chromatic orbs.
That's better.
Oh,
That's a lot better.
Yeah, that's
That
a lot
goes both
better.
Oh my god. So which
I'm
one
pretty
takes
sure
the-
they're dead.
I mean, yeah. How do they both die, Drake?
You just see 2 balls of lightning just like shoot out at like lightning speed and just like take their heads clean off. As the ball just like goes over their head, just like melts their head as it goes over them and just keeps going forward.
Okay.
hey, can we
That'll
not
be my
kill?
turn.
We lost.
Can we not-
Oh, we lost this guy. We lost all the enemies when I accidentally deleted them. Get them back in right now.
Okay, so let me tell you guys. Do you mind not killing the main guy, or capturing and interrogating him?
I would appreciate it if we did take him alive, but I was waiting until it was my turn to say that. Also, I got
Yeah.
a set of manacles, so we
We,
can.
we also need a number, like reduce their numbers if we're gonna do that. So
You guys
Well,
have
it's like,
certainly done that.
yeah.
So, let me get their initiative set back to what they should be. Get a
and
1606.
actually, you know what? As a bonus action, since I have these two charmed and they're more willing to listen to me, I'll yell to them and be like, "Hey, you just saw me melt those two people. Maybe you should, put down your weapons and we can end this peacefully, and you guys keep your lives." Makes sense,
Make a
right?
persuasion check at advantage.
2 nat ones.
Imagine. Oh,
Oh.
they're convinced. They are totally convinced.
Bro, you. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
All right.
The one time we needed it.
We will see what they do when it gets around to their turn. Drake, anything else?
No, that'll be it. I'm just persuading them, be like, you know what, just drop your weapons. We'll leave you be, and we'll talk about this after. We'll talk about your life choices. That'll be my turn.
Your life choices.
Right. Of course.
Okay, I'm going to move around this guy so that Brevon's within 5 feet of me. Oh man. And I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
And that's fine.
You want me to try to thin out some of the other ones if need be, Horace?
Oh. I think one's gonna run from Dandy. The other two were just convinced to
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully. So
Highly
until
likely.
they make up their minds, I'm not gonna hit anybody.
Okay. I might move up to support you a bit when it's my turn, man. Okay.
Can everybody please make a perception check for me at the top of the round?
Ready?
Everybody.
Curse.
Okay.
Wait 1 second. Perception.
Hey. Awesome.
What is it?
Three.
Clicking. There we go.
Perception.
Check.
Boris is blinded by
Dandy,
his
Drake,
magnificent
and
beard.
Brevin, you all hear footsteps, just the quick pat, 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 speeding up as if about to make a leap. And the three of you that can hear this look up to the southeast to be exact, to one of the rooftops, and you see a figure leap from one of the rooftops, do a couple of spins, and then
Oh, please be
land
red.
right
Please be
here
red.
in front of Frederick. Her back,
Oh, Scarlet
God
coming.
damn it.
her back to him.
Oh, yay.
Two short swords drawn.
Scarlet's coming to help you, Frederick. You're lucky.
Two short swords drawn, and you see her flourish one of them, and
This is the best day of Dandy's life.
This is the best day of Frederick's life, man.
you see her drive the blade right up this guy with the daggers, right like into the lower belly and straight upwards, and he just stops in his tracks. Let's loose this gurgle. She withdraws the blade, and he just drops.
Oh, that's so messed up. After that whole 20, not 20.
Her back's still to you. Horace, you feel this brief gust of, this brief wind behind you, like something just passed closely behind you, as this figure comes up here. Short swords this guy. And Silrin, you have seen work like this before. You can see as she lashes out, that red that's on her blade is not blood. You recognize it as a very specific type of poison that she's using on her blade. As she jabs it in to what wouldn't be a very devastating hit to begin with, but it almost completely obliterates the guy in front of you. Silrin. What are you going to do?
Thorin's gonna finish the one in front of him because that's what he was doing. He's also going to flourish on him, and since this phase eye is still on him.
Okay. Soren, that is plenty enough to take him down. How does he go down?
Soren will sort of just stab him, keeping his eyes on top of the newcomer. And he'll just move over without
I
like.
feel bad for those charmed ones.
I know, right?
They got fucked.
they were gonna like change their lives around, become good Samaritans, and then she comes along and murders them.
They're gonna make a life change, but now they're just dead.
This could have been a doctor. There could have been a doctor and an officer right here.
Soren's gonna take the chance to walk away from her, see if she tries to attack him.
She does not.
And then he'll just pinch this one between him and Horus. He'll use his bonus action to move his phase ire to that one.
Yeah, 22 most certainly hits.
Yeah, he flourished with giving him 5 more AC.
Okay. Right.
That's it for Soren.
This guy here, looking around and seeing the odds are now stacked heavily against him, he is going to take the disengage action and begin backing up towards his buddy. Subsequently,
Okay.
Dandy, the one in front of you, sees all of this happening and looks towards you and remembers the last words that you spoke to him. He is going to, with no small amount of force, throw his crossbow onto the ground and run the fuck away. Dandy, you can take
She's
an
gonna
opportunity
let him-
attack if you want to.
No, she's gonna let him go. You only get one of these.
Everyone gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna use his dash action and go even farther. He is well and goodly off the map now.
Okay.
Which is gonna bring us to Brevin.
I am going to pursue this fella. And, no, come on now. I know. Stop it, token thing. Oh. Why are you freezing up now, computer?
I don't know.
What? Okay, don't know what just happened, but my computer just went all black screen on me and is now pulling stuff back up. So,
That's not
hold on 1 second.
You made it mad.
Apparently.
And we lost audio.
That computer got very mad.
I was
Well,
like,
I know what I was gonna
oh, you're back.
do. I was just gonna hurl an eldritch. Well, it's still not showing stuff here, so
Did you want an Eldritch Blast?
He said yes.
Okay.
kind of aiming for his legs to cripple, not kill.
Okay. You do unfortunately only get an 11 on the first blast. How many do you get? Two?
Currently just one.
Okay.
What is it with the advantage?
14, still a miss.
I will just keep following him in that case, staying about 10 feet off.
Okay.
Because I have a 35-foot move speed, so I'm pretty sure I can keep him in range.
Okay. What's Flinch gonna do, Frederick?
Okay. What is the movement speed for a pseudo dragon? 30 feet, right?
It has a fly speed, so
That's fly speed, so 60 feet. Oh,
60-foot fly speed.
all right. Okay. So I'm gonna do something risky. I'm gonna fly Flitch right at him
Okay.
and use his stinger.
Okay.
So
Attack.
yeah, okay. Here we go, and hopefully this hits. Why is my computer so slow right now?
21 hits.
All right, so now he should be doing a Constitution save. The thing.
Save. Yep.
Let me see this thing here. I think I might be wrong. Yeah, so has to do a
DC
DC
11 con save.
saving throw.
He does succeed.
Dang. And the first time he actually lands a hit. Once it falls unconscious. Damn it, I was such okay. Alright, I guess how much movement speed was that in total? Would he gain a opportunity tag if Flitch disengages or moves away?
He would.
Okay, so Flitch will be near Brevin, or be right next to Brevin in that case until my turn.
Okay. Frederick?
So I'm going to Misty Step and to catch up to Flitch. Alright. I need to set some macros up. Alright. So quick question. Can I Misty Step and then as a bonus action and cast Sleep on him?
That would be 2 leveled spells.
2 level spells, so that'd be no.
You can just walk up to him.
that is a fact.
Can I just walk? All right. Can I just ignore Misty? Just ignore Misty Step. I'll just catch up to Flip by running across. You just walk up to him. Fucking dumb. I hate my life, man.
It's just wizard thing right there. It's like, all right, there's got to be a spell for this dude who have feet.
But why would I use my feet?
Okay.
I can just
So,
teleport everywhere.
ew. Actual movement? Why? Okay.
Use my feet like a pleb.
Why would I do that? Okay, so I'm gonna cast that second level, because the second level has to roll an additional D8 for each level above 1. Okay, so right on
Casting
top.
sleep for 29 hit points. Okay, let me check.
He cannot have more than 29 hit
He
points.
has 29 hit points left.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Does that work?
It does.
Yes. Like the
So-
first time ever using sleep.
You reach out your hand and touch this guy, and he looks over towards you, and and just as he's raising his sword to take another slash at you, you see him let loose this huge yawn,
Yeah.
and then just crumple down onto the ground.
Because how I imagined it was basically I catch up to Flitch like an idiot. He's about to swing his sword. I point my fingers on his forehead and it's like, go to bed now.
All right. Now,
And I look at Drake and
as all of this begins to clear, the woman who, now that you guys have seen everything calm down a bit, she looks rather young, like a young woman, and the stories that you all were hearing about her made her seem like this enormous, huge fighter, just murdering all these people. She's very lithe, and she makes her way through all of you and walks up towards Frederick, and she says, "You should not have come back." And as she does, she removes the cowl from her face. And Frederick, you see a young woman who you have not seen in 6 years in front of you.
It's your sister-in-law.
It's his sister.
Ah.
okay, so there's like I have 2. So which one?
It is the youngest sister, Elaine, the one who looked up to you so very much before you left. She's got a look of sadness and anger on her face.
Frederick is currently wordless. He is shocked completely.
And at this reunion, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night.
Awesome.
Okay. I have many questions, but all right.